Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. Online games. Super God level talent, 100 times the attributes. Chapter 21. The restaurant, which had few people in it, suddenly became so quiet that you could hear a pin drop. Qin Fei thought of 10,000 possibilities. I just never thought that Lin Shiqi, who had always been at odds with me, would like me. What he couldn't understand even more. With her quiet personality, she actually confessed her love in the loudest voice in the restaurant. This, Qin Fei really didn't know how to answer for a moment. Completely inexperienced. I have never been confessed to in my whole life. What's the next process? Lin Shiqi took a long breath and sat down gracefully. After I finished speaking, I felt much more comfortable. Qin Fei watched her sit down and asked cautiously, a new player has no experience. What do I need to do now? Lin Shiqi shook her head slightly when she heard this. I like you, what does it have to do with you? Good. Qin Fei only has 2 words for this kind of logic, admire. Lin Shiqi was no longer restrained at this moment, and she looked much more lively. Idiot, if the gods hadn't appeared, I probably wouldn't have confessed to you until graduation, right? With your character, even if you marry someone else and have children in the future, you would never expect that there was a silly little girl who always liked you, right? Qin Fei rolled his eyes. I object. Logically speaking, people can't be that stupid, right? Snort. Lin Shiqi didn't reply, but her face was full of affirmation. The next second, a soft smile appeared on the corner of Lin Shiqi's mouth. It's so nice to meet you before I leave. Walk. Qin Fei finally caught the key word. Where are you going, can't you learn? I won't be here for the time being. Lin Shiqi said firmly, not jokingly, you should know my father's work unit, right? Qin Fei nodded. Lin Shiqi's mother is a university professor, and her father is said to work in a research institute with a high level of confidentiality. My dad helped me suspend my studies in advance and arranged work. I only found out today. Lin Shiqi looked calm and said slowly. It is said that it is a job related to the gods. Although the other company is not big, it is very powerful and the salary is very high. How high? Qin Fei asked curiously. Annual salary is 300,000. Lin Shiqi showed a proud smile. You are still in school, and I will make money, so I'll treat you to this meal. Don't refuse. Lin Shiqi added. In this life, you will always treat the boy you like to a meal. Okay, you win. Qin Fei really couldn't find a reason to refute. After dinner, Lin Shiqi pressed Qin Fei on the seat and paid the bill herself. Don't you have anything to say? Good luck with your work. Lin Shiqi's eyes suddenly became sharp, and Qin Fei immediately felt the pressure from the depths of his soul. It's useless to go to school, at least for the time being. The most important thing is to play the game well. Are you sure? Qin Fei really didn't expect that this was what squad leader Lin, who had been forcing himself to study, would say. Lin Shiqi's face was extremely serious, but she was also extremely troubled. In the end, she couldn't hold back. Idiot, the work over there requires confidentiality. I can't say specifically, but if you want to go, I can try to recommend it. No, Qin Fei didn't even think about it for a second. It's impossible to go to work, and it's impossible to go to work in this life. Phew, Lin Shiqi suddenly felt like a deflated balloon. Fool, are you really stupid, or are you pretending to be stupid? Woohoo, Lin Shiqi really wanted to cry, and she was even more angry at herself. How could I be so stupid? For so many years, I have to hold on to a super idiot and love her with all my life. Qin Fei was about to speak. Lin Shiqi turned over and blocked his mouth tightly. Long time. Lin Shiqi finally released Qin Fei. This is the interest you owe me. I'm leaving. Don't miss me. Don't send me messages, don't ask me for my company's address, and don't come to the company to find me. Lin Shiqi has never been as free and easy as today. Happy. By the way, Lin Shiqi walked to the door. Don't live in the dormitory anymore. If you don't want to go home, just rent a house and play games. Why? The dormitory is pretty good. Qin Fei didn't quite understand. Lin Shiqi said seriously. My dad said, when landing in the gods, people do not have any consciousness or reaction in reality, so the surrounding environment must be safe. Qin Fei thought for a moment and realized that it was indeed the case. Roger it. Lin Shiqi is really gone. Qin Fei feels that all the experiences in this life combined are not as many as today. One day, schools across the country are switching from learning to gaming. A former top student, he bluntly said that studying is useless. Is the world crazy, or am I unable to keep up with the changes of the times? Now, Qin Fei looked at the cold more than 1 million in Cali and thought, let's go find a house first. Safety is important to note. If it weren't for Lin Shiqi's reminder. He didn't even know that Fatian Emperor's name was worth 10 million. A few roommates probably don't know the news yet. Just if this name appears in the game announcement, they may not necessarily associate it with themselves. But once you know it's worth tens of millions, all suspicious points will attract attention, right? After all, Fatian Emperor is his common name, and they have all seen him before. Even if he doesn't admit it, he probably won't be able to delay it for long. Then the trouble will be overwhelming, so it's better to solve it as soon as possible. Think of this. Qin Fei first sent a message to Dongfang Bailey. Something happened. I won't be online at 3 o'clock. You guys can play. Okay, let's talk about it tonight. Dongfang Bailey quickly replied. Done. Qin Fei first said hello to the agency at the school gate and asked them to look for him first. Then I went straight back to the dormitory to pack a few clothes, look for a house today, and move in today. At the same time, the current ranking list of the gods is displayed on the main screen of the Longguo East base. Number 1. Fatian Emperor, Dragon Kingdom, Level 14, Shadow of Innocence. Number 2. Bai Li, Dragon Kingdom, Level 10, Star Mystery Technique. Number 3. Yao arrives in the arms of Sister, Dragon Kingdom, Level 10, Multi-dimensional Shooter. Number 4. Empty. Number 10. Empty. Dongfang Zan put his hands on his hips and looked extremely confused. Are you sure that Bai Li is the beta name of my stupid girl? War Commander, this is the registration form, the staff member followed. Bai Li's score during the internal test was 3 days, 12 hours and 8 minutes, and the submission plan time she gave us was 23 hours. Boom. Dongfang Zan slammed his fist on the table. How can I not know the level of my stupid girl? The point is, can you be sure that she is with Fatian Emperor? AI prediction shows that if she alone reaches level 10, the probability is 59%. If Shangguan Yao's data is combined and calculated together, the probability is 99.9998%. The logic is this. If the two of them team up, the experience value of the main source of damage will be higher, and the levels cannot be the same. Boom. Dongfang Zan's face turned completely black. Good guy. I almost overturned the Dragon Kingdom, used a lot of connections, and offered a reward of 10 million, but in the end I couldn't find any information about the Fatian Emperor. Then he turned his head. My daughter got mixed up with Fatian Emperor. The key point seems to be that she is not just a newbie, but has been doing it for a long time. This is not a matter of shame, but a slap in the face. It's been a few hours. Not a single phone call, not a single message sent. Was this daughter raised for free? Pa. Dongfang Zan finally couldn't hold it in any longer and picked up the red phone at hand. Warmaster, that's the inside line. Snapped. Dongfang Zan slammed the microphone down and replaced it with another one angrily. Drop, drop, drop. Dad, is something wrong? What do you think? I'm driving and I happen to be free in the afternoon. I stopped by the company to handle some things. Okay. Are you still pretending to me? Dongfang Zan couldn't bear it anymore. Is Fatian Emperor with you? No, he has been offline a long time ago. Hurrah! Are you really here? Dongfang Zan was so angry that he didn't know where he came from. Okay, great, you've grown up. Then he said, if you don't ask anything else today, I just want to know if Fatian Emperor's first kill reward is a sacred weapon. Yeah, what about the rare profession? The Shadow of Innocence. I don't know about this. The Shadow of Innocence may have been obtained from the mission just now. Does he have 2 more rares? Etc. Dongfang Zan seemed to have heard something else. Is the mission you are talking about the hidden mission in Novice Village? Yes. Is it you who triggered the mission, or him? Of course he triggered it, we just finished it. Dongfang Bailey almost forgot. Well, I'll tell you more about this later, it's a bit complicated. You've finished all the fun, and how dare you not tell Daddy? Boom. Dongfang Zhan almost punched his chest and said angrily, how complicated is it? Tell me, my phone will not be shut down. It seems that the hidden task can be obtained directly by displaying the panel. The only problem is that the panel requirements are a bit high. What? Just show the panel. Ha 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 ha. Isn't this God's blessing of the Dragon Kingdom, taking off from the same spot? Dongfang Zhan's face suddenly changed, and he almost smiled crookedly. Good daughter, my father's love for you is not in vain. Tell me, what are the requirements for the panel? A conservative estimate is that a single attribute is 3,000, and all attributes are more than 1,000. 300 attribute points. Although it's a bit difficult, it's not impossible. Dad, I said 3,000 points. 3,000. Bang. Dongfang Zhan was stunned and dropped the microphone directly on the table. Dad, are you okay? Yuhu Manor, Building D8. Sir, are you sure you want to rent this villa? The agent finally confirmed. 480,000 yuan a year, paid in one lump sum, with a deposit of 100,000 yuan. Do you have any other questions? It's no use having problems. Qin Fei visited 6 or 7 agencies in the afternoon, but he couldn't find a suitable apartment in Tianhai. It seemed that within one day, all the vacant suites in Binhai were taken over by major companies. There are not many villas left, and each one is more expensive than the last. The single-family villa in front of me has 6 bedrooms and 3 living rooms. It is luxuriously decorated and suitable for everything. It is just too big and it is a waste to live alone. Never mind. If he delays any longer, he will earn more than hundreds of thousands of silver coins by just killing monsters. That's it. Qin Fei paid quickly. The agency had everything ready and the contract was signed quickly. Qin Fei took the key and was about to close the door when he saw a black jeep parked directly at the door. A tall, beautiful woman wearing a black windbreaker and wearing sunglasses opened the door and got out of the car. She looked at the agent and said directly, "Are you from Bike? I won't rent this house anymore." "Ah, landlord." The agent stood at the door, stunned for a moment, and then said with a bitter look on his face, "No, beauty, I just signed the contract for the house, and everyone paid for it. The contract will compensate you for breach of contract, let him go." The beauty said simply. "Well," the shell agent interjected with some embarrassment, "you have to know something. If you break the contract, you will have to pay 1 year's rent. We can't pay this money." "Good." Qin Fei suppressed his laughter and said, "The rent of 500,000 yuan will be compensated with another 500,000 yuan, just to get a larger one, which is reasonable." The beauty in sunglasses finally found Qin Fei standing at the door. At the same time, the door on the other side of the jeep was also opened. What first caught the eye was a pair of slender long legs, followed by a high ponytail, a white dress, and a delicate face that Qin Fei was so familiar with. "Mr. Li, I can just find an apartment at will. No need to go to such trouble." Before Lin Shiqi finished speaking, she was stunned as if she had seen a ghost. Why are you here?" Qin Fei looked innocent. "President Lin, weren't you the one who asked me to rent a house?" Lin Shiqi nodded heavily. "Yes, I asked you to rent it. But I didn't ask you to wait. You rented this house." The beauty in sunglasses finally came to her senses at this moment, and said with some surprise, "Shiqi, do you know him?" "Well, he is my classmate," Lin Shiqi responded, and quickly added, "High school classmate, I have known each other for many years." "Oh." The beauty in sunglasses hummed slightly but did not express her position. Lin Shiqi rolled her beautiful eyes and suggested in a low voice, "Mr. Li, I don't think he can live in such a big house by himself, so why don't I just live here? It just saves a lot of liquidated damages." "Well," Qin Fei rubbed his forehead speechlessly. "My squad leader Lin, can't you let her pay the money first, and then I can rent a villa for you alone?" Finished in one sentence. Lin Shiqi's face suddenly turned as red as an apple. "Phew." The beauty in sunglasses couldn't hold it back and said with a smile, "Shiqi, have you ever considered that I already have a girlfriend?" "Impossible." Lin Shiqi was quite confident about this. How could an idiot like him have a girlfriend? "Fool. Ha ha ha." The beauty in sunglasses covered her mouth again and chuckled. "Don't pretend, your boyfriend is your boyfriend. The company is not a school, so we won't prohibit you from falling in love. Mr. Li, actually, things are not what you think. I have known him for many years. He is not that kind of person. I will be fine. Lin Shichi kept retorting, but her face turned red to the roots of her ears. I didn't say anything would happen to you. The beauty in sunglasses couldn't help but raise the corners of her mouth slightly, and said with a smile, but I see the current situation, he is probably in trouble. Lin Shichi's ears were red, and she couldn't stand or walk at this moment. A pair of canvas shoes rubbed back and forth on the ground, wanting to make a hole in the stone pavement. Okay, you can live here. I'll find another company dormitory. The beauty in sunglasses did not make it difficult for her. She turned to Qin Fei and said, Shichi's luggage is in the car, come on. Now, if not, waiting for Qin Fei to finish moving his luggage in a daze. Lin Shichi had already gone upstairs to chat with her boss. What's the situation? Qin Fei stood alone at the door, his face blank. The second floor of the villa. The beauty took off her sunglasses, and it was Dongfang Bailey. Shichi, what's your boyfriend's name? Qin Fei. Lin Shichi blurted out, but regretted it the next second. Mr. Li, I told you, he is not my boyfriend. Fly. When Dongfang Bailey heard this word, her already suppressed doubts were raised again. We were downstairs just now. She just saw that this young man looked very similar to Fatian Emperor. Just looking at the facial features, they are at least 70–80% similar, and their temperaments are as if they were carved from the same mold. Especially those eyes, bright and clean. Whether it was towards himself or Lin Shichi, he was neither overly explicit nor cowardly. All this is too similar to Fatian Emperor. But this suspicion only passed her by for a moment. How could Fatian Emperor be a student? Even if you are a student, it is impossible to rent a house. He plays games, right? Do you know his name among the gods? Dongfang Bailey asked based on the principle of preferring to kill by mistake rather than misplace. I really do not know this one. Lin Shichi didn't like Qin Fei playing games before, but this time she expected him to play games, but she was too excited at noon, so she forgot to ask. It's okay. Remember to tell me when you ask. Dongfang Bailey didn't pay much attention, and drove away after explaining the company's affairs. The phone call with my father took too long in the afternoon. As a result, the company's affairs have to be dealt with in a hurry, so we have to go online as soon as possible. If it were too late, Fatian Emperor might not wait for him. Who would have thought that Fatian Emperor's attributes would be so strong that even his father can't understand him? Besides, he might not be a beta player. Even the military used all possible resources and could not find any information on him. Squeak. Dongfang Bailey slammed on the brakes, and suddenly the young man just now was reflected in his eyes, and he was stunned in the car. No, it can't be. Yuhu Villa. Qin Fei chose a bedroom on the second floor, diagonally opposite Lin Shichi's room. Don't you have any luggage? Yeah. Qin Fei came out in a hurry and couldn't bring bedding with him. It's okay, I'll just go out and buy some. That's such a waste. As Lin Shichi spoke, she took out a set of sheets and quilts from her luggage and spread them on Qin Fei. Question mark. Qin Fei looked at the pink bear on the bed and felt a little bad. However, Lin Shichi also put on a very proud look. It looks much more comfortable this way. The next second, Lin Shichi pushed Qin Fei to the bedside, staring at Qin Fei with moist eyes, just like when she asked Qin Fei where his homework was. Isn't the rent of the villa very expensive? Fortunately, it's only your 2 years' salary. Qin Fei turned sideways and picked at his cheek. 6,600,000. Lin Shichi was not shocked, but rather shocked. It wasn't the first day she met a dork. It's not like she has never been to Qin Fei's house. It's not like she hasn't met Qin Fei's parents before. But, where did you get so much money? Moreover, do uncle and auntie know that you spend money like this? Qin Fei said in confusion. You asked me to play games well. I played well, so I made a little money. In addition, I just paid 500,000 to my family. Question mark. Lin Shichi discovered for the first time that real retribution could really come so quickly. Idiot, I don't want your money, but you have to save some money. It's not cost-effective to rent a house, especially a villa like this. It only costs hundreds of thousands to rent for a year, which is enough to pay for a down payment. Yes, Qin Fei nodded seriously. if you hadn't spoken just now, we might have made another 500,000 today. Then you can rent if you want, and buy if you want to buy. Anyway, it's all your money. Ah, Lin Shichi was really going to be pissed off by this idiot. I was. Oh, it's all you, why didn't you tell me in advance when renting a house? A group of people who were wronged by Qin Fei. Squad leader Lin, you asked me to rent the house, what else should I do to inform you? Besides, before you leave, I told you not to send any messages. Lin Shichi was finally sure of one thing at this moment. The idiot in front of me is really stupid. If she hadn't left suddenly today, she wouldn't have been able to muster the courage to confess. She felt that all her life's courage had been used up today. As a result, this idiot. Correct, Qin Fei suddenly said. That was the boss of your company just now. Yes, she is a super beauty, Lin Shichi replied with a slight smile. It doesn't matter if she's beautiful or not. Qin Fei just felt that the face shape and temperament looked familiar. Is her surname Li? What Li? Didn't you call her Mr. Li? Lin Shichi smiled and said. My real name is Dongfang Bailey, and everyone in the company calls her President Li, so I called her that. Poof. Qin Fei couldn't hold it back and spurted out all the mineral water in his mouth. Ah, the white skirt Lin Shichi wore today became soaked all at once. Let me help you, Qin Fei stood up embarrassedly. No, Lin Shichi exclaimed, blushing and escaping into the bathroom. Phew, Qin Fei secretly said, it's so scary. It's a good thing you asked, otherwise if you didn't notice this, you would probably be in serious trouble. Lin Shichi suddenly remembered something in the bathroom. Stupid, do you know Mr. Li? Why are you reacting so bigly? Ahem, I just choked accidentally. Qin Fei confirmed. Yeah, if it was just Qin Fei, Lin Shichi wouldn't think too much. After all, how could such a beautiful CEO meet such an idiot? But today, Mr. Li not only asked Qin Fei's name, but also looked at him a few more times before leaving. Idiot, what's your name in the game? Qin Fei felt bad when he heard these words. Isn't this what Bai Li asked? Ah, what did you just say? Qin Fei fluttered down on the bed, turned around and shouted, what, monitor, I'm online playing games. After all, I'm carrying the rent now, so I still have to work harder. In the game, Dongfang Bailey and Shangguan Yao had just gone online when they turned around and saw hundreds of players standing densely around them. Finally here, a man walked out from the crowd. It was Shang Zhenghao from the Shengxi dynasty. Are you following us? After Dongfang Bailey recognized the other party, her heart sank. There were no monsters in the cave, and it was impossible for them to receive a hidden mission. Now that so many people were suddenly pulled out, it was clear that they were here for the Fatian Emperor. Dongfang Bailey opened the communication with her backhand and was about to send a message. Snapped. Qin Fei is online. Fatian Emperor. Dongfang Bailey was stunned for a moment, then said anxiously, they are coming for you, log off first. Offline. Qin Fei hasn't seen the situation clearly yet. I saw a few energy balls flying out of the crowd quickly, hitting 3 people impartially. -18, 22, -27. The damage was not high, but the intention shocked Dongfang Bailey. Oops, you can't go offline in combat mode. Shang Zhenghao's face darkened. Fatian Emperor, since you are here, don't leave in a hurry. Young Master Zhang still has something to ask you for. That idiot still dares to come. Qin Fei really didn't know who gave him the courage. Opposite, Zhang Sha received the news and immediately showed a joking expression. If I just say one word, you will be so frightened that you won't even dare to go online for a whole day. What, aren't you awesome? Come on, show me how awesome you are. What Fatian Emperor? I bother. Trash. Question mark question mark question mark. This idiot amazing. Qin Fei was too lazy to talk nonsense, so he casually drew out his saber, accelerated and rushed out. The speed is so fast, almost like a ghost. Keep alive. Zhang Sha's eyes flashed with malice. I want him to know who he can't afford to offend. A dozen armored warriors stood in front. Qin Fei raised his hand and struck with a sword, and the cold light struck down in the air. Click. The leading warrior's armor was split open by the cold light in an instant, and blood splashed 4 to 5 meters away, dyeing the armor of the surrounding warriors red. -10,830. Not waiting for everyone to see the horrific damage, Qin Fei's backhand was a sweeping sweep. Whoosh. Minus 7,720. Minus 7,801. The two soldiers were cut in half on the spot, and their blood flew along the cold light. Qin Fei seemed to be in a deserted place. With the blessing of 1,000 points of agility attack speed. In the blink of an eye, it's a knife. One breath is 6 cuts. Now, everyone saw heads and corpses flying together, cold light and blood. Some of them didn't even raise their weapons, and a dozen of the soldiers with the highest defense were all killed. Blood spread all over the dark yellow earth. Broken corpse fragments were flying everywhere. Hiss. Such a cruel scene shocked all the players in the audience to take a breath. What the hell? I'm just playing a game, do you want to be so cruel? We promised to be 100% virtual, but you actually came to do 100% simulation. No. What are the attributes of Fatian Emperor? Not only is he a pervert with high damage, but he is also incredibly fast. How to fight? Hey, can anyone introduce me to you? I don't want to experience the feeling of being cut in half. The other side. Seeing such a terrifying scene, Dongfang Bailey couldn't help but feel chills running down his spine and sweating on his forehead. Call. Dongfang Bailey took a deep breath and immediately reached out to cover Yaoer's eyes. Children are not allowed to look around. Stop. Shang Zhenghao yelled with shock on his face. The group in front of him are all elites that he spent a lot of money to bring out today. Why did he die without even a chance to fight back? If the Fatian Emperor continues to kill him like this, even if he wins, he may still lose his pants. Qin Fei couldn't hear him beeping, glanced at Zhang Sha's position, and rushed over with a knife. Come. Zhang Sha's eyes were already a little crazy. Can you alone kill everyone here? HMPH. Don't forget. You still have 2 girls. My day. Shang Zhenghao had no intention of trying. Fatian Emperor, stop, otherwise your girlfriend may. Dongfang Bailey didn't expect to have her own business. A blush flashed on her perfect cheeks, and then a ball of energy as bright as a galaxy condensed in the palm of her hand. Go to hell. Exploding flying star. The next second. The starlight ball, which is the size of a basketball, spins at high speed and slowly flies forward. ? Embarrassed. It was also the first time for Dongfang Bailey to use this skill. I really didn't know that the animation of this skill would be so slow. But, the flying star ball rapidly expanded as it moved, like a balloon blowing up. In a blink, the magic ball expanded to a diameter of more than 1 meter. The players present had never seen this skill before. They subconsciously felt something was wrong and wanted to retreat. But when they lifted their legs, they discovered that their legs were as if they were filled with lead and it was extremely difficult to move them. Behind them, the expanded flying star ball rotated faster and faster, and even pulled out a dusty star ring on the ecliptic plane of the ball. I wipe it. What? Is the control so perverted? It's not just players. Even the gravel on the ground was pulled by this vortex and flew towards the magic ball involuntarily. Soon, the expansion of the meteor seems to have reached its limit. With a huge shock wave, it exploded in the air. All players within a radius of tens of meters were knocked to the ground by the shock wave. Boom, and the sound of the explosion rang in the ears of everyone in the venue until this moment. Minus 803, minus 1102, minus 630, minus 755. Within the scope of the meteor explosion, dozens or hundreds of damage figures burst out. How could today's players withstand this kind of damage? Almost all players within the scope of the explosion were killed. Clear the field with one move. This is the mage. Dongfang Bailey himself was stunned by this terrifying effect. Wow, isn't this so cool? When Dongfang Bailey was in closed beta before, he had never experienced what it meant to clear the field with one move and deal violent output. Ordinary legal skills, as long as you don't scratch the boss, are already the maximum output. Hidden profession. Star mystery. Zhang Sha's eyes turned red. Fatian Emperor, you are really willing to spend a lot of money to pick up girls. Zhang Sha said impatiently, I will give you one last chance. Kneel down and hand over all the rewards for the first kill, or I will kill these 2 fools in front of you right now. You're looking for death. Dongfang Bailey's eyes instantly turned cold. He raised his hand and wanted to shoot another star ball, but he couldn't extract any magic power from his body. Cut, Zhang Sha said disdainfully. Depending on your level, how much magic value can you have? Even if it has magic value, you can't use that skill too much, right? Dongfang Bailey didn't pay attention to the skill introduction. Only then did he realize that the skill consumed all magic points and had a cooldown of 120 seconds. Sister, don't be afraid, there's still me, Shangguan Yao excitedly raised her long bow. Zhang Sha said with scornful eyes. If you dare to move, I will send all the archers and mages to take action immediately. HMPH, how much blood do you two fools have? Can you survive one round? Bang, Dongfang Bailey immediately held down Shangguan Yao's bow and arrow. There are too many people on the other side. Once the quantitative advantage reaches a critical point, it will cause a qualitative change. Hundreds of mages, one energy ball per person, even without any accuracy, are enough to kill all players instantly. Fatian Emperor's defense is very high, but he doesn't seem to have much magic resistance. Just now, an ordinary energy ball hit him with dozens of points of blood. Even if he had 5,000 health points, it still wouldn't work in this situation. Quite tricky. If Fatian Emperor was alone, he might be able to get out with his speed and attack. But the opponent dragged them into a fighting state from the beginning. Cannot go offline. The two of them were destined not to leave. What if Zhang Sha on the opposite side really goes crazy? Sister, what are you afraid of? The most you can do is die. Shangguan Yao said angrily as she didn't understand why Bai Li wanted to stop her. Abnormally, Dongfang Bai Li didn't reply, but frowned, not knowing what he was thinking about. Haha, Zhang Sha sneered. Speak, why don't you tell her that there is no female protection in this game? Wanna die? It's not that easy. Ha 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 ha. Zhang Sha's crazy smile was full of jokes and sarcasm. Even if you kill me today, you are destined to be unable to get out of this crypt. But don't worry, I will never kill you. I will definitely let you experience the bliss that garbage thing cannot bring you. Ding, what Dongfang Bailey was most worried about happened. Zhang Sha, are you crazy? Although there is no protection for women in the rules of the gods, the Dragon Kingdom has passed a law for the protection of women of the gods. Zhang Sha didn't give her a chance to finish her sentence at all, and said with disdain. Cut, law, that's used to restrict ordinary people. The strong never care about the law. That piece of trash, Fatian Emperor, really thinks that with a little bit of luck and a little bit of fame, he can make all the difference. Laughing to death, you have no idea who is in control of this world. Dongfang Bailey cursed secretly. Before she went out today, her father had just warned her. Never reveal your identity suddenly before finding out the identity of Fatian Emperor. The stakes are high. With Fatian Emperor's heaven-defying attributes, once a misunderstanding occurs, it will lead to hostility between the two parties. Not only would she be unable to bear the consequences, but even the military would be extremely passive. So this can only be done slowly. She had to at least find out the identity of Fatian Emperor and his general attitude towards the military before she could discuss cooperation with him. But, if you don't show your identity now, Zhang Sha, a lunatic, would not let them go regardless. Think of this. Dongfang Bailey's eyes couldn't help but start to search for the figure of the heavenly emperor. What has he been doing after so long? The next second, Dongfang Bailey was completely stunned. The world in front of you. In just a few minutes, earth-shaking changes took place. Bodies all over the ground. Blood, flowing into a river. This, in the end what happened? Zhang Sha and others saw Dongfang Bailey's surprised look, and then followed his gaze curiously. Crowd, I don't know when, it disappeared. Except for the dozens of people on the Zhangxia side, there were only a few players standing sparsely in the rest of the originally densely packed crowd of hundreds. Shivering, crazy. They have been killed crazy by Fatian Emperor. That knife is simply a harvester of death. Wherever the cold light passes, limbs will fly everywhere and blood will splash everywhere. Now, in the eyes of the players who survived, the one holding the knife was no longer the Fatian Emperor. That's the god of death. A true hell-killing god. Shang Zhenghao. Zhang Sha roared in disbelief. What the hell are you doing? Kill him. Whoosh. Qin Fei cut off the player in front of him with his sword, and then he had time to shake off the blood on his sword. Didn't you say you can't finish the killing? I tried it, and it didn't seem to be difficult. Whoosh! Qin Fei dodged to another player and cut him in half with a backhand knife. By the way, you seem to like nonsense. Keep talking. Hiss. All the remaining players in the field gasped at the same time. Really? Really done? We came this time, there were at least 500 to 600 people. Gone. All dead. Are you kidding? Members of the Shangxi dynasty had never seen such speed of massacre. Not to mention 500 or 600 people, even if it's 500 or 600 slimes, you still have to chop them down for a while, right? How? After just a few chats, you killed hundreds of people. Silence. A sense of despair and powerlessness surged in everyone's hearts. They will kill hundreds of you every minute. What a fart. There was a crash. The remaining players ran away almost at the same time. Trash. Zhang Sha was about to explode with anger. Whoever dares to run away today, I will chop up his whole family. The players of the Shangxi Guild were not happy when they heard this. I don't even want to be around anymore, so I still care about you. How dare you touch my family? Believe it or not, I will go to Linjiang Group with a knife to kill you, you little fool. That, Fatian Emperor, please continue, we are just passing by, goodbye. The players greeted Qin Fei from a distance without daring to say another word. Ha ha ha, laugh to death. Qin Fei raised his lips. You didn't think about who I was when you came here, but now you know how to fart. The words were not spoken yet. Qin Fei accelerated directly and blocked the crypt passage. The mountain road is rugged, it's faster for you to die back. Whoosh. Qin Fei said nothing, raised his knife and struck again. No one will be let go. Run. Is running useful? 240% movement speed, 23.8 meters per second. Even if Bolt comes, he will have to eat ashes from behind. Attack speed of 6.12 times per second. The knife is discharged 367 times per minute. If you can't kill even 100 people in this minute, how inefficient is it? The few dozen players left in the field couldn't last even a minute, and they were all killed by Qin Fei's sword. Wow, Shengguan Yao's jewel-like eyes were filled with little stars at this moment. Brother, he is so handsome. Zhang Sha was not angry but smiling at this moment. There was no fear on his face, but he looked at Qin Fei more unscrupulously. You trash, do you dare to kill me? Question mark. What kind of idiot question is this? Qin Fei has never heard anything stupider than this in his life. Zhang Sha calmly arranged her clothes and said with an evil smile. In the game, you are quite capable, but don't forget, people live in reality. I know you're a normal person. For a little bit of money, you have to work hard for most of your life. Perhaps this game has made you a lot of money and made you feel that you are capable and can transcend classes. HMPH, how can it be so easy? Zhang Sha continued. I, the 5th generation of the Zhang family, have worked hard, but if I were defeated by you using some in-game means, that would be a real joke. You live in reality, with parents, friends, and classmates, so it is impossible to keep your identity secret. It doesn't matter whether you understand or not. I will fight you until death. No matter if it is 10 million or 100 million, I will smash it without any scruples. The only purpose is to kill you. I want your whole family to die. Qin Fei walked up to the other party holding the knife with a calm expression. Whoosh, hands up and swords down. Minus 15,288 crit. Zhang Sha's head flew into the air. Qin Fei acted as if nothing had happened. You go back to the city first. Dongfang Bailey was stunned for a moment, and then said, I have probably heard of that person in Zhongsha. He is a bit mentally disturbed, so. She is not sure about Qin Fei's identity now. It would be very embarrassing if she takes action and it would be a disservice. Qin Fei waved his hand. It's just a game, how crazy can he be? Is that so? Dongfang Bailey was really not sure. Shengguan Yao suddenly came over and asked, is Linjiang Group very powerful? Linjiang is ranked high in the real estate industry. There are some industries in Binhai, but the main business should be in Linjiang. I'm not very sure. Of course, it can't be compared with your family. Dongfang Bailey added. Hey, I thought he was so powerful. Shengguan Yao immediately patted his chest and said, Brother, don't worry, I will definitely let someone educate him about that idiot. Ha, what am I worried about? Qin Fei smiled and rubbed Shangguan Yao's head. It's just a game, don't waste your time. Qin Fei knew that Shangguan Yao was a little rich woman. And Dongfang Bailey is even more complicated. The jeep she drove in the afternoon seemed to have military plates. To them, Linjiang Group is probably just a little better than ordinary people. Yeah, Shangguan Yao nodded his head gently. If my brother says he doesn't care, then he won't care. But that guy is so hateful. It's just that killing him in the game is too easy for him. Ha, there is nothing so cheap in the world. Qin Fei secretly laughed in his heart and summoned the bone demon with his backhand. I only give you one chance. Either you will be honest and obedient from now on, or I will pick a time to take you to purify yourself. The bone demon was imprisoned for a long time, and he didn't care about this time. And, apart from restricting movement, the seals in the artifact are quite acceptable, and they can even barely sense external events. Jia, the little guy in front of me looks very innocent, but when he kills humans, he is really not merciless at all. Tell the truth, even if another devil comes here, the methods will be similar to his, right? If you have time, you must introduce him to the 10,000 punishments in hell. Human, you cannot expect a powerful bone demon to obey you. No matter what level of purification it is impossible for me to surrender to a human being. Okay, Qin Fei said nothing nonsense. The bone demon saw something was wrong and roared anxiously. Etc. I see that you are not as stubborn as a Siat, why don't you cooperate? Qin Fei thought for a moment. There is no release in my conditions. Under the witness of the great hell demon, Mephisk, we can sign a fair cooperation agreement. How about you provide me with enough corpses and I will help you kill as many people as I can. Only killing people. Qin Fei didn't want to exchange his precious stolen goods for a simple PvP prop. Of course not. Even if it is a hell demon, I will kill it when necessary. Jia. Judging from the current situation, the soul demon seems to be more helpful to me. Ha. This guy is indeed a devil. Don't care about anything but yourself. Qin Fei thinks it's okay. If it had to surrender, it would require too much time and energy. A complete waste. Add a condition. Without my order, you cannot launch any form of attack or skill against anyone or anything. That's no problem, but similarly, if the other party poses too great a threat to me, I won't take action. Can make a deal. The bone demon's tone was obviously a little excited. After all, it had not been active in the human world for many years. Great Mephisk, you are the pillar of hell, you are the master of fear, you are the immortal existence. With the call of the bone demon, wisps of dark aura emerged from the ground. Follow closely. In the darkness, an extremely twisted evil eye slowly emerged. With the eye of distortion as the core, the dark aura once again outlined a six-pointed star formation in the sky. Drop. Do you want to sign a cooperation contract with the Hell Demon General and the Pure White Bone Demon? The devil after all. Qin Fei looked at the specific conditions carefully, and after confirming that there was no problem, clicked confirm. Drop. Contract established. Whoosh. The twisted eye immediately shot out two black lights, which simultaneously disappeared into the eyebrows of Qin Fei and the bone demon. Jihieji. The bone demon immediately burst into laughter that was almost crazy. It's been 1,000 years. It's been 1,000 years. I'm finally back. Jia. Tremble. Despair. Fear. The endless sea of bones will completely submerge the entire continent of Apahia this time. Are you done pretending? When you're done pretending, come over and get to work. Qin Fei glanced at the bone demon. Ahem. Coming. Qin Fei pointed to his feet. Hey, corpse. Ah, of course, it's possible, but... The bone demon hesitated. You have to know that 1/5 of my soul was sealed by a Siat, and then 1/10 of this soul was sealed by you. So, I currently can't use anything except basic skeleton summoning. What else? Qin Fei knew that this guy wouldn't tell the truth, so he must have reservations. Also, in the current state, the level of summoned skeletons is largely determined by the quality of the corpse. To be more direct, what level is the skeleton summoned by you, this loser? What are you talking about? The bone demon was not happy when he heard this. Boy, I am the strongest bone demon in hell. In ancient times, I personally made the upper angels into skeletons, and strangled hundreds of thousands of judgment legions with endless white bones. Hurry up, otherwise it will be all garbage in a while, and the corpse will be cold. Puff. The bone demon couldn't hold himself any longer. Fart. The skeleton I made myself is at least a human expert level. While talking, the bone demon spurred bursts of black smoke. In the blink of an eye, smoke and dust enveloped the entire crypt. The fresh corpses all over the place quickly decomposed, revealing their bones. Bang, click, the broken bones spliced themselves together to form skeletons. Surprisingly, when they get up from the ground, they will actively pick up some weapons and equipment dropped by players after death and equip themselves with them. Certainly, after all, the equipment that players exploded was only a handful, and it was simply not enough. At this moment, they will break the ribs or leg bones of the skeletons around them and use them as weapons. Jeheheji. The bone demon showed a proud and strange smile. 3,000, 4,000 health, 200 to 500 defense, 300 to 600 attack. Such an attribute is simply whoosh. Qin Fei slashed out with his sword, and the skeleton warrior in front of him was cut off. As crisp as paper, the bone demon's face turned dark. Boy, what you are holding is a divine weapon, how can an ordinary skeleton block it? Of course, in terms of current attributes, the ordinary skeletons I made are comparable to human experts. Dongfang Bailey nodded slightly and said, the attributes are barely on par with level 30 players, but the problem is that skeletons have no skills, and their health points are much lower than level 30 monsters. The actual combat ability is estimated to be made up by quantity. Jeheheji. In war, quantity is always the greatest advantage. The bone demon said proudly. As for the lack of skills, it is only temporary. As long as I give you 1,000 more corpses, I can give these skeleton warriors a bone skill. Qin Fei wiped his chin, nodded and said, for the sake of good growth, I'll just keep it. What do you mean by not bad? The bone demon expressed considerable dissatisfaction with this sentence. Brother, Shangguan Yao's eyes were already shining when he looked at the bone demon. You promised, pet. I know, I'll play with you later. Qin Fei still has things to do now. Let's go back to Novice Village. The bone demon looked puzzled. What does pet mean? Bring your skeleton and don't fall behind. Qin Fei said coldly. Boy, I'm just cooperating with you. Do you still want the body? Want. Then stop talking nonsense and work more. The bone demon held it in for a long time and forcefully suppressed his anger. Wait, boy, you will die one day. I must make you into a skeleton warrior, and the lowest level one too. Dongfang Bailey looked at the mighty skeleton army, and the shock in his heart could no longer be described in words. If a skeleton warrior with level 30 attributes is used for leveling. Wait, why don't you have experience? Dongfang Bailey just saw a monster being crushed to death by an army of skeletons. Qin Fei also discovered this and thought. It seems that the bone demon is indeed not a pet, so its summons killing anything has nothing to do with me. Alas. Dongfang Bailey sighed with some pity. Actually, it's already very good. Even if you don't have experience, the kills are real. There are always items that explode, and they can also be used to push the boss. This is the most important thing. It doesn't mean much, Qin Fei said bluntly. Why? Dongfang Bailey didn't understand. Of course it's faster for me to kill myself. Qin Fei added. But if it's used to hang up, it's really good. Good. Dongfang Bailey was completely convinced. If Fatian Emperor takes action himself, whether it is killing monsters or bosses, how can the efficiency be compared to that of some skeletons? Etc. Dongfang Bailey discovered a blind spot again. Since these skeletons are of little significance and are slow, why does Fatian Emperor carry them with him? Can't figure it out. The skeleton army moves really slowly. It took a full hour to reach the wild boar area outside Novice Village. The sudden appearance of the skeleton army instantly stunned all the players. What the hell? Army of the undead. Monsters attacking the city. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Call everyone out. We are rich this time. Novice Village can actually trigger monsters to attack the city. What is the most lacking thing in Shinsho Village right now? It's weird. Players are now like locusts, sweeping away wherever they go. Now that an army of skeletons suddenly appeared, it was simply a God-sent opportunity. Energy ball, arrows, knife, sword, gun. All attacks hit the skeleton warrior at once. 21, -15, -5, -8. The pitiful damage numbers popped up from the skulls' heads. Not only were the players not disappointed, but they were even more excited. Ha ha ha, this attribute is 100% that of a high-level monster. I'm done, I'm done. These skeletons don't fight back at all, and they move very slowly. Aren't they pure targets? Ha ha ha, if I stay up all night today, I will definitely be able to climb up the ranking list. Boy, the bone demon's body was trembling slightly, and the desire to kill from his heart could no longer be suppressed at this moment. Kill, Qin Fei wrote lightly. Jia Jia Jia, I really saw you right. With a weird laugh from the bone demon. All the skeleton warriors raised their weapons at the same time. Boom, with one blow, dozens of unprepared melee players died suddenly on the spot. Jia Jia, amidst the bone demon's indulgent laughter, the player who had just died turned into a skeleton in the blink of an eye and stood up again. Soldier, go back and call for help. Mage and archer, please pay attention. Where is the sacrifice? Hurry up and call more priests. Faced with monster siege, players organized themselves spontaneously. Don't scream, I am the sacrifice. Ah, then why are you still standing there with a fire stick? Blessing, punishing, and judging, just do it. I am your uncle. If I have skills, what the hell will you do? Isn't this a crime? If the siege had been delayed an hour, I would have gotten the skills. In the crowd, a player suddenly stood up. Aha! The tides are turning, it's finally my turn today, right? Undead souls from hell, your father is here. Watch the move, blessing of light. Buzz! A golden light suddenly lit up in the sky, and then hit the skeleton warrior's head steadily. -1000. It has to be said that among the dozen or even a few points of damage, this 1000 points of damage stands out from the crowd and is quite eye-catching. Glowing bug. The bone demon's disgust for the power of light can no longer be expressed in words. The next second, several black auras emerged from the body of the bone demon and rushed to a skeleton warrior in the blink of an eye. Click, click, click. Stimulated by the dark power, the skeleton warrior quickly rose up. As his white bones turned black in an instant, the dark aura condensed on his body a suit of armor and a long bow. Undead archer. Qin Fei immediately recognized the summoned object. Compared to skeleton warriors, long-range attacks pose a significantly greater threat. Is this old thing really hiding? The bone demon seemed to have guessed something and spoke directly. Boy, the consumption of forcibly upgrading the skeleton is very huge. As long as I regain a little strength, you won't even look at these garbage undead archers. Very good, do you still know this is garbage? Qin Fei nodded. The bone demon was speechless for a moment. At the same time, the dark arrows of the undead archers had already been shot, passing over the battlefield in an instant and piercing directly into the chest of the priest. Phew, -980. Instant kill. The sacrificial player didn't find out where the attack came from until he died. After the undead archers joined the skeleton army, there was no longer any threat. Every dark arrow can almost take away a priest. Only when no sacrifice is found will the mages and archers be attacked. The situation of the war has changed. Player casualties increased sharply again after the initial encounter. The bone demon is enjoying the killing and gradually recovers. Jia Jia Jia. As the bone demon laughed ferociously, 3 more skeletons strengthened into archers. The little skeleton is quite smart. When Qin Fei saw this, he thought, well, that's pretty good. Dongfang Bailey saw the situation in confusion, and finally couldn't help but ask, Fatian Emperor, we use the skeleton army to attack the players, is this the condition for opening the hidden mission? No, then why? Isn't it fun? Quote. Dongfang Bailey rolled his eyes and was speechless on the spot. Ha ha ha, I'm just kidding. Qin Fei saw her depressed look, and then explained, there's no need to worry about an idiot like Zhang Sha. He'll be killed on sight, but those people in Shengxi are very annoying. Even if Zhang Sha doesn't say anything, Qin Fei has also decided not to reveal the name of the game, so the real threat can be ignored for the time being. And in the game, a third-generation rich man in Zhangxia can actually do nothing except spend money to buy equipment, players, and guilds. Qin Fei believed that he had money and could not afford to lose. So after Shangxi failed this time, it will definitely come again. Even if he defeated Shangxi, there might be some guilds like Shangshan and Shengdi who would continue to struggle. What Qin Fei wants is not to defeat Shangxi, nor to beat him to fear. Qin Fei wants all the guilds to see what will happen to him. Let them decide for themselves whether they want to seek death or not. Hiss. Dongfang Bailey couldn't help but a flash of shock flashed in her eyes. She seemed to understand what Fatian Emperor was going to do. But this approach is too. Isn't that too exaggerated? Shangguan Yao on the other side nodded vigorously and said, "That's right. The Shangxi dynasty is not a good person, and we must let them know that my brother is not something they can offend." Boom. The skeleton army continues to advance in the face of the players' attack. The jungle area was quickly bulldozed by the army. No body, because all the dead players have joined the skeleton army. When we went down the mountain, there were only more than 300 skeletons. After all, this thing has losses when summoned, let alone fighting. Now that a battle is over, the number of skeletons has increased instead of decreasing, reaching more than 1,000. 13 undead archers have also been upgraded. At the entrance of Novice Village, Slime Area, thousands of players formed 3 lines of defense and were ready. The situation is not optimistic. It's so weird. Not only has the skeleton's level skyrocketed, but it also has the ability to control the formation remotely. It's over. I don't dare to engage in melee combat, and I can't pull it from a distance. Shang Zhenghao and other Shangxi members happened to be present after they died and were resurrected. Don't be anxious, everyone. All the gods haven't triggered the siege yet. We're the only ones here. There must be a reason. It should be a special mission, or even a hidden mission. I think there must be strong NPCs guarding the village. As long as we assist them, we can repel these skeletons. As soon as these words came out, both Shangxi members and other players expressed their agreement. Awesome, Brother Hao, this idea is so clear. Hehe. I wonder what the mission rewards are. Are there any hidden professions? Just as Shang Zhenghao was about to speak, he saw a death-like figure among the skeleton army. Fei, Fatian Emperor. After many players were stunned for a moment, they exploded with a bang. Ha ha ha, the Fatian Emperor is here. I just said why I always feel like something is missing. It turns out that I forgot that Fatian Emperor is in our village. This is a mere army of skeletons. Why don't you kneel down and sing conquer, or I will show you the strength of the number 1 man among the gods. Brother, it's safe. You die. Tongtiandai, the record can be checked. Then who? Make room for Fatian Emperor, don't delay his output. Depend on. With the attributes of Fatian Emperor, 1 sword is worth 9,999. If you can deal with some little skeletons, it's not like chopping up melons and vegetables. All the players were discussing excitedly, but the faces of the members of Shangxi were not very pretty. Shang Zhenghao looked at the other party's cold eyes and could only take a step forward and said bravely, "Fatian Emperor, there is no grudge or enmity between us. Everything is business. Please understand." Ha, Qin Fei smiled. You do business with me, and you expect me to understand. Why don't you do business with your mother? Shang Zhenghao's face darkened and he gritted his teeth and said, "Every wrong has its owner, and every debt has its owner. If you have any anger, you can go to Linjiang Group. There is no need to make trouble with me, right?" Qin Fei said calmly. "He will definitely not survive, and neither will you." Shang Zhenghao was completely confused. What happened? Are you planning to kill again? Then you can't lose your pants. Hiss. Shang Zhenghao frowned and said seriously, "Fatian Emperor, everyone is here to fool around, so you don't need to be so awesome, right?" Qin Fei's eyes flashed. Kill. The next second, a dozen black arrows shot out quickly. Puff puff. Several people led by Shang Zhenghao were shot to death by arrows on the spot. The other players were also killed by arrows. What the hell? The skeleton army belongs to Fatian Emperor. What the hell? How come the Fatian Emperor has become the boss of the gods after not seeing you for so long? How does this work? Well, let me ask you weakly. I just entered the prosperous age this afternoon, is it still too late to quit now? Get out. People in prosperous times really go to their latrines with lanterns and seek death. Is the Fatian Emperor something you can offend? Soon some players came forward. Don't shoot arrows. I'm not from the prosperous age. PFF'd. Before the player finished speaking, he was hit by an arrow and fell to the ground. Follow closely. The skeleton army attacks with bone clubs. Ah, this is also killing. Everyone was confused. What are Fati and Emperor doing? We didn't mess with you. Pity. No matter what the player says, it is impossible to stop the skeleton army. Boom, boom, boom. Every time the skeleton army took a step forward, a large number of players died. The current attributes of the players are simply unable to compete with the army. Sacrifice, just seconds after showing up. Mages and archers are slightly better, but they can only survive for a while. What's even scarier is, all dead players will turn into skeletons within a few seconds and join the team that slaughters players. Massacre. Pure one-sided massacre. Who can come and save the child? Crazy, crazy. Fatian Emperor has gone crazy. Run quickly. No, I'm going to report it. This Fatian Emperor doesn't behave like a human being at all and kills innocent people indiscriminately. Let's go together. Let's report him together. I don't believe the official can just ignore it. That's right. Brutal. How cruel. The skeleton army blocked the gate of Novice Village, stopped all the players here, and massacred them crazily. The battle ended sooner than expected. Players who die cannot go online for 1 hour. The remaining players either went offline to report it, or they could only stay in the village shivering. Can't skeletons enter Novice Village? Shangguan Yao seemed a little unsatisfied. No. Dongfang Bailey quickly blocked Yao's mouth. There is no safe zone among the gods. If Fatian Emperor becomes ruthless, he can do anything. She was now 100% sure. Fatian Emperor and the boy in the afternoon are definitely not the same person. It was a blessing among misfortunes that such cruel revenge did not affect reality. That idiot in Zhongxia should really burn incense. If he were stronger, Fatian Emperor might really defeat the Zhong family. Old guy, without your command, can the skeleton exist and fight on its own? Qin Fei asked. Jia, I have been playing with my bones all my life. What does this little thing mean? They can fight with simple instructions. Even without my support, they can continue fighting for 30 days. If it is transformed into a bone state, and combined with a certain dark environment, it can be preserved even if it lasts 1,000 or 10,000 years. Snapped. Qin Fei put it back into his glove without even finishing his words. The surrounding skeleton army still exists, and is still executing the previous orders, killing any target that steps out of the Novice Village. Well, you're telling the truth. But Qin Fei didn't let it out again. Hearing this, Dongfang Bailey couldn't help but shudder, and ask softly, Fei. Fatian Emperor, you don't plan to let the skeleton army block here for a month, do you? No, ding. Dongfang Bailey's heart trembled. It's over. It's really over. The first tragedy among the gods was born. Novice Village is over. The prosperous age is over. And Linjiang Group will also be finished. Shocked, a monster appears in a Novice Village of the gods and attacks the city. The mysterious skeleton army besieges Novice Village. Is this a loss of morality or a distortion of human nature? Welcome to today's Into the Gods column. It's not that slimes can't afford it, but it's more cost-effective to be killed instantly by skeletons. Welcome to watch the large-scale documentary, The Day I Die in the Gods. The Fatian Emperor is possessed by the god of killing and vows to massacre the Novice Village. Summoning tens of thousands of skeletons, is it a legitimate bug or an official error? The Novice Village incident gained 300 million views in 1 hour and topped Douyin's hot search list. The comments from players are even more bleak. I worked hard all day and returned to the pre-liberation period in one night. I worked my butt off to gain level 2 experience, and now I've died twice in a row. I already want to die. Pity. The rest of the players in the Novice Village said, Fatian Emperor is too perverted, why don't you move to another place to level up? You said it's easy, but when you change to Novice Village, you have to delete your account and practice again. There's no level anyway, so just practice again. What about talent? Everyone can only get the talent gift package when they enter the game for the first time. If you delete your account, it will be gone. Cry to death. I am the unlucky guy who deleted his account. What a tragedy. I have AB level talent, RNM gods, please pay me. Cut. There are so many B level talents, my account has been deleted, and I still say that I am an SSS God level talent. Stop arguing. You guys have at least played the game for a while. I just logged in after get off work and was assigned to this novice village. Now there are at least 10,000 skeletons at the door. What should I do? Wait online, urgent. Ah, hell level unlucky guy. Wait a minute, Fatian Emperor always needs to level up, he can't keep blocking forever, can he? No, the official must give an explanation. If you don't let people play games, what kind of server are you running? Riverside Villa. Zhang Sha was lying on the bed, holding red wine in one hand and scrolling through Douyin in the other, letting the little internet celebrity she just met last night practice her vocals alone. Ha 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 ha, he really dares to ban Novice Village. Garbage, just ignorance. I just launched a 10 million reward on the black market. Now it looks like a waste. Just wait, your identity will be revealed soon, and within 3 days, you will become a street rat. Hiss. Zhang Sha looked excited. Tisk tisk, when the time comes, I must show you that those two fools are kneeling down to lick my young master. Dragon Kingdom, Eastern District Base. Dongfang Zan felt numb after reading the report. War Commander, there are currently more than 300,000 complaints accumulated. Players' opinions are really too great. The staff was embarrassed. Dongfang Zan glared at his subordinates. Then what do you think we should do? How about you go and block the Fatian Emperor? Or open a GM account and kill the skeleton? We don't have that authority either, the staff member said with a green face. Do I have one? Dongfang Zan glared at his subordinates fiercely, then turned around and picked up the bracelet to send a message to Bai Li. My dear daughter, what is going on? Why didn't you report it? I don't know, Dongfang Bai Li said simply. You. Dongfang Zan suddenly had a feeling that this daughter might have been raised in vain. My dear daughter, aren't you with Fatian Emperor? It's almost okay if he recruited the skeleton army, and the players in Novice Village didn't mess with him either. Still don't know. Dongfang Bai Li witnessed the whole process, but the skeleton was related to the sacred artifact. What did she say? Even a blind person knows that he was the one who recruited the skeleton, but you still don't say anything. Are your elbows going to go outside the earth? Dongfang Zan was heartbroken. If I can't solve the problem, how can I not solve the problem? Okay, then you have to tell Dad who provoked him, right? Zhang Sha of Linjiang Group, and the Shengshi Dynasty Guild. Dongfang Bai Li could say it, but she added, Fatian Emperor doesn't seem to intend to solve this matter realistically. You can decide for yourself whether to intervene or not. Quote. Tisk. What does it mean to not use the power of reality? Could it be that if he wanted to move, he could kill the Zhang family in seconds? Dongfang Zan suddenly felt a bit tricky. Then if he does what he is doing now, won't he have to seal the Novice Village for another whole day? Sorry, he has to be banned for a month. Dongfang Bai Li sighed softly. Puff. 1 month. Dongfang Zan slumped down on his chair. If it is really banned for a month, how many players will the Dragon Kingdom gain and lose? Bang bang bang. The staff member quickly typed on the keyboard. Based on the number of novice villages and the number of people logging in, the loss was 50,000 on the first day of the closure, and an average loss of 10,000 per day thereafter. Of course, players can choose to delete their account. In that case, we will lose 400,000 talented players, of which the number of talented players above B level is more than 4,000. Tisk. Considering the number of players in Dragon Kingdom, this scale is actually not unacceptable. The key is to see what you can get in exchange for paying the price. With 400,000 players, are they comparable to Fatian Emperor? Dongfang Zan asked rhetorically. No, the staff's answer this time was very straightforward. If Fatian Emperor is not a beta player, his talent level will be very high, probably the highest among all the gods. If you add the first kill reward and the summoning of the skeleton army, then in the near future, the combat power of one person will far exceed tens of millions of players. Hiss. Dongfang Zan couldn't help but take a breath of cold air. He definitely knew the answer in his heart, but he just didn't know it was so specific. Why are you standing still? Shengshi Guild and Linjiang Group, these two useless people who have little success but only failure, don't need to take care of them. Remember, if you can give him 1-inch shoes, don't give him 2-inch shoes. There is only one option for the Eastern War now. No matter what, there must be action. Moreover, someone always needs to stand up and take the blame. Understood. Promise to complete the task. After an hour, the official Douyin account of the Gods of the Dragon Kingdom started a live broadcast and was pushed to the entire network. The popularity of the live broadcast room instantly exceeded 100 million. Ha ha ha. Okay, I knew the officials would not be dumb. Such a big thing can be called an epic operational disaster. Watch a show and watch a show. I guess Fatian Emperor might be banned. It's time. Shoot the first bird. Who made him so crazy after getting the first kill? Countless players rushed into the live broadcast room with small benches. Popular anchor Nan Binger, facing many players, smiled and said, I believe everyone is familiar with the monster siege in Novice Village. Binger won't go into details here. First of all, we deeply regret the experience of players in Novice Village. Second, regardless of whether the incident was caused by players or not, its nature does not violate the just promulgated God's management law. Third, we strongly condemn such behavior and hope that the majority of players will not follow suit. Question mark, question mark, question mark. After saying 3 sentences, the barrage exploded, and the screen was filled with all the words in an instant. Come on, let me translate for you. Sorry equals I don't care about this. Condemn equals I will tell you what you should do. It's. I died 3 times in one day and lost my talent. Are you just going to regret it and leave it alone? RNM, lose money. What about condemning and not following suit? I think you are encouraging Fatian Emperor to continue doing what he did, right? What the hell, what is Fatian Emperor's background? This official job is so detailed. It's his grandma's, why not put a yellow vest on him and give him a gold medal to avoid death? Nan Binger didn't look at the barrage and said seriously. We reiterate this. Once the gods are put into operation, no organization will have management authority. Any bugs in the game or any plugins outside the game can be regarded as reasonable and legal existence. If the bug in the game is beneficial to the players, the official will support the development of the players. If the bug causes losses to the players, the official will strongly condemn it. Finally, Binger wants to remind everyone. Any bad behavior that violates the God's management law will be uniformly managed and punished by the Dragon Kingdom God's Special Operations Office. Please don't test the law by yourself. Gods, this is not a place outside the law. Thank you everyone, today's live broadcast ends here. Question mark, question mark, question mark. The barrage exploded again. Showdown, is this? Obviously support Fatian Emperor and continue his work. That's it, Shang. Go home and wash up and sleep. It's time to delete your account, it's time to die. Anyway, if you can't beat them, just give up. Don't expect the official to step in. Countless people complained harshly under the official account, but the next second, the comments were closed. Question mark, question mark, question mark. In the Linjiang villa, Zhang Sha, who had just watched the live broadcast, instantly withered. Officially, the gods are going to die. Did I misunderstand that the Fatian Emperor's strength can be so terrifying? Impossible. Isn't the official name of the gods the official name of the Dragon Kingdom? Snapped. Butler Fu Bo pushed open the door and rushed in. Master, I just got a call from Industrial Bank saying that they want to re-examine our loan qualifications. Ding. Zhang Sha's heart suddenly shook. No. Impossible. Even if he really has hands and eyes, he can't move so fast. Didi. Butler Fu Bo once again received a short interest rate. Young Master, Longguo Bank has also suspended our loan qualifications. To die. Anyone who has been in the real estate industry knows that as long as there is a problem with the loan, it is equivalent to having one foot in the grave. Impossible. Zhang Sha's expression was almost crazy. How could Fatian Emperor's trash stall owner have this kind of ability? No. It's definitely not him. I don't believe it. Novice Village. Drop. You have completed the Ancient Seal mission. You have gained 10,000 experience points. You have obtained the Certificate of Bravery. You got gold coins x100. Young people, your bravery will be rewarded by the Empire. The village chief showed a gratified smile. I believe that Your Excellency Oraona will also reuse you. Drop. You have obtained a new mission. Go to St. Carl's. Goal. Find the garrison commander of San Carl's, Oraona. Reward. Medium Vocational Skill Book X1. As the brave man proven useful, Qin Fei stretched out his hand and clicked. Drop. You have earned the title, Brave of Epahia. It's actually a title. Qin Fei felt happy and quickly checked the attributes. The Brave of Epahia. Level. Magic. Strength +10, Agility +10, Wisdom +10, Constitution +10. Attack speed +10%. Full attributes, 1,000 points. Ha 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 ha. Qin Fei almost laughed in his heart. At the end of the day, I didn't get any magical equipment with attributes, but I got the title with added attributes first. Cool. This added attribute is really cool. Not too much. When you go to the city and buy a set of magic equipment, the attributes will be astounding. Panel. Flying Emperor. Level. 14. Occupation. Greedy, Shadow of Innocence, Warrior. Title. Brave of Epahia. Talent. 100 times attributes. Power. 10,400. Agility. 3,400. Wisdom. 3,400. Physique. 3,400. Health value. 10,335. Magic value. 6,810. Physical attack. 10,425. Magic attack. 2040. Attack speed. 8.1 seconds. Defense. 1020. Dodge value. 3,400. Hit value. 3,400. Crit rate. 5%. Moving speed. 30.8 meters per second, 340%. Skills. Slash, sneak without guilt, steal without guilt, ambush without guilt, escape without guilt, triple shadow strike. Equipment. Tempered saber, the thief's ultimate intention. The strength exceeds 10,000, and I feel comfortable now. Qin Fei didn't finish his words. A reminder rang directly in my ears. System notification. Dragon Kingdom player. Fatian Emperor, S strength attribute exceeded 10,000 points. Reward reputation x 10,000, reward power boundary breaking stone x 10. Dragon Kingdom player, Fatian Emperor, S strength attribute exceeded 10,000 points. Reward reputation x 10,000, reward power boundary breaking stone x 10. Dragon Kingdom player, Fatian Emperor, S strength attribute exceeded 10,000 points. Reward reputation x 10,000, reward power boundary breaking stone x 10. What the hell? Qin Fei himself was confused. Is it necessary to announce this kind of thing separately? System notification. Unlocking alien power attributes. From now on, players whose strength exceeds 1,000 points can use the boundary breaking stone to transform to obtain otherworldly power attributes. 2 announcements were released in succession. All players on the server are confused. I'm playing with your mother. I am obviously a gifted possessor of strength, but now I only have more than 200 points of strength. Is this reasonable? Capital G. I declare, Fatian Emperor is invincible. Hell, I'm probably not as perverted as him. No, what is that alien power point? Cut. Obviously it's an attribute that's only useful later in the game. Another world, you haven't even left the novice village, why are you talking about such a stupid alien world? It makes sense. It's better to kill the slime with peace of mind. Cry, brothers, who will save us? The Fatian Emperor's skeleton is still hanging at the door. Presumptuous. As the majestic Fatian Emperor something you and the rest of the world can discuss. Come here, nail the boards on his coffin. Dragon Kingdom, Eastern District Base. Red alert screamed in the halls. All staff members were busy with their work and watching the system announcements on the big screen. Excited, expect, trembling, confused. Everyone's mood is extremely complicated. Although they all knew that this day would come. But no one thought that this day would come so early and so unexpectedly. Good. Dongfang Zan shouted angrily. I finally made the right bet. Fatian Emperor is indeed a key figure in the gods' plan. Originally, we planned to say that through the daughter line, the 2 parties would gradually strengthen their cooperation, and then gradually try to enable the feedback function. It's good now. They will do it for you on the first day you go online. That's it, that's it. The more I think about Dongfang Zan, the more I am right. No wonder the conditions for the hidden mission require so many attributes. It turns out that attributes are the only condition for unlocking feedback. Ha 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 ha, my daughter must be awesome. I found the right person when I started the server. What the, ha ha ha. So cool. Dongfang Zan put his hands on his hips and laughed wildly. Just because his daughter knows the Fatian Emperor, he can be in the base. No, he can walk sideways in the military area. Snort. I want to see who the hell dares to block my military expenses. Xiao Zhang, go and take out the half bottle of Mauzi from under my bed. We must celebrate today. Half the story. Dongfang Zan thought of something again, and glanced at the entire audience with sharp eyes. From now on, no one in the base is allowed to leave, and all information must be submitted to me for review before it can be sent out. Inform Liao Ming and arrange 3 reinforced companies of guards for my daughter. Yes, the staff member hesitated and said, but War Commander, Fatian Emperor doesn't need. Stupid. Dongfang Zan spat out. Who can find someone who I can't find? If you go to investigate now, aren't you doing it for foreign powers and spies? From now on, anyone who dares to find out about Fatian Emperor will be sent to the dark room to deal with it. I said so. The staff immediately saluted. Yes. Beautiful country, Pentagon. Feedback reality, unlocked. General Holder looked at the calendar to confirm again that he was not in a coma. After several years, he finally woke up. Everyone listen. Put down your current garbage work. From this second on, all of you have only one goal. Find out the identity of Fatian Emperor, and then kill him for me. I don't care what methods you use. Whether it's eavesdropping, sneak attacks, assassinations, poisoning, framing, bribery. I'll use whatever means I can, and I'll use whatever means I can't, as long as I can kill him. Existences like superhumans must not appear in the Dragon Kingdom. Neon, Ministry of Defense. Nani. The feedback reality function was unlocked on the first day. Fatian Emperor. How can he be so strong? The Minister of Defense's hands couldn't help but start to tremble. Beautiful country will definitely kill him. Don't panic, we don't need to panic now. Oda, start the Amaterasu plan immediately, we don't have time to delay it any longer. At the same time, Britain's MI6, Ice Bears KGB, Street. Paris's Foreign Intelligence Service, Cold Country's Intelligence Agency, India's Black Cat, almost all the intelligence agencies of the major countries have taken action. The sudden real-life feedback unlocked, catching all countries by surprise. The village chief's house. Dongfang Baili looked at Qin Fei, looking at a loss. Shangguan Yao rushed forward in surprise. Brother is so awesome, it's the first day that I can respond to reality. Etc. Qin Fei suddenly realized something was wrong. You said feedback to reality. What do you mean? Dongfang Baili took a deep breath and said slowly. To us, the gods are a game. But to the gods, reality is another world. Ding. Qin Fei's heart suddenly shook. Can alien attribute points take effect in reality? Yeah, Shangguan Yao nodded vigorously. Brother can be a Superman in the future. Superman. Ha. Qin Fei couldn't help laughing and said, I'm sorry, I really don't have the habit of wearing underwear outside. However, it should be true that the attributes of the gods can be carried into reality. Various decisions that seemed crazy before now seem to be reasonable. Open the package. Power Breaking Stone. Has the special ability to break through planes. It can convert 100 points of strength attributes into otherworldly strength attributes. As the key to otherworldly attributes, the boundary breaking stone should be very expensive, right? Qin Fei thought. Ahem, I can't afford it. Dongfang Baili had never thought of buying it, and of course she couldn't afford it. You can't even afford it. Qin Fei couldn't help but be surprised. He knew that the boundary breaking stone must be expensive, but he didn't expect that it would be so expensive that even she couldn't afford it. Actually, not necessarily. The requirements for breaking a boundary are too high for ordinary players, and the attributes that a boundary breaking stone can transform are only 100 points. By the way, what is the effect of 100 points of strength in reality? Dongfang Baili is very clear about this. According to our speculation, 10 points of strength is equivalent to a weak adult, 30 points of strength is a normal person, and 100 points of strength is a boxer. If the boundary breaking stone is sold individually, I'm afraid it's really not that expensive. It would take at least 3 or 5 boundary breaking stones to be packed together to make it valuable. Qin Fei replied. That's not how it is calculated. Shangguan Yao blinked. In reality, strength can be exercised, and it is not very important even if you have it, but physical fitness is not. Follow closely. Shangguan Yao's eyes dimmed a little, and he said softly, Mom's health has always been bad. If you can increase your physical fitness by 100 points, then no matter what disease you have, it is possible to cure it. Hiss. Qin Fei didn't think about it. For a seriously ill rich man, no amount of power, wealth, or extraordinary strength is as good as a good body. Looking at Shangguan Yao again, tears were already welling up in her eyes. Ha! Qin Fei smiled and rubbed the little girl's head. Don't worry, your physique is not too difficult. I'll give you 2 pills in a few days. Really, brother. Shangguan Yao just became excited, and then her eyebrows knitted together again, but. Alas, Dongfang Bailey sighed softly and sent a private message to Qin Fei explaining, Yar's mother's cancer has reached an advanced stage and has deteriorated several times. If it weren't for the hope of seeing the gods appear, she might not be able to survive anymore. But time is still very tight, maybe only 3 to 4 weeks at most. Qin Fei wondered, isn't 3 or 4 weeks very long? Ah, Dongfang Bailey raised his head in surprise. The requirement to unlock the physique is probably 10,000 points. Fitian Emperor, you should be a strength-type profession, right? It has nothing to do with profession. Anyway, it's not that difficult to get 10,000 points of physical fitness. The slowest is 3 to 5 days. If you hurry up, it can be done tomorrow. Qin Fei didn't want to explain too much. In fact, as long as you get to the city and have the supportive equipment, isn't it just a matter of unlocking it casually? Unlock as many as you want. Woo! Shangguan Yao wailed and threw herself into Qin Fei's arms, excitedly saying, Yaoer likes my brother the most. ? Qin Fei thought she was too excited and patted her back gently. Seeing that the matter was settled, Dongfang Bailey couldn't help but said with emotion, Fitian Emperor, let me first thank you on behalf of Yaoer's mother. Shangguan Yao looks cheerful and innocent every day, in the final analysis, it is to reassure her mother. For a glimmer of hope among the gods, she worked no less hard than herself. But unlocking the feedback thing. All countries expected difficulties at the start. Let alone 3 to 5 months, I'm not sure even if it's 3 to 5 years. In fact, it is more difficult yet to come. After the feedback is unlocked, who can be the first to get this power will not only affect wealth, but also the winner of the real competition between great powers. Such an important thing, no matter how rich Yaoer's family was, it would not be easy to get it. The Fitian Emperor is willing to take action, and its value cannot be measured by wealth. Think of this, Dongfang Bailey suddenly said in shock. Oops, there seems to be another problem with the speed. And you originally planned to wait a few days before entering the game. Even if she gets the boundary-breaking stone within 3 to 5 days, her level and attributes won't be able to keep up. Ah, Shangguan Yao was more anxious than she was. Nowadays, all the capable teams are trying to level up. Even if you spend a lot of money, you may not be able to find a team leader. What is worse than despair is seeing hope and then being extinguished. Brother, Shangguan Yao's beautiful eyes filled with tears and she looked at Qin Fei helplessly. You arrange for her to leave the novice village first. My level should not be low by then, so it won't take much to bring her up. Qin Fei thought for a moment and said thoughtfully. Shangguan Yao's little head came closer happily and gently said, Moi, Yaoer likes her brother the most. At this time, the village chief suddenly came back from outside with a horrified look on his face. Young man, what happened at the seal? Qin Fei and others were paying attention to the announcement just now and did not notice when the village chief ran out. It seems, the matter of the skeleton army will still have an impact on him. The seal has been strengthened, and the soul left by the legendary mage Asiat has also confirmed that there will be no problems with the seal. Qin Fei pretended not to know. Hiss. When the village chief heard Asiat's name, he would naturally not have any doubts. But, with so many skeleton warriors, who can summon them except the bone demon? Is it possible that the dark forces will sweep across the continent of Apahia again? The village chief looked sad. This is no longer a problem that we can solve. You hurry up and report the situation here to Your Excellency Orana. Drop. You have obtained a new mission. Darkness is coming. Objective. report the situation in the novice village to the garrison commander of St. Carl's, Orana. Reward. Teleportation scroll St. Carl's, experience value X 1000. Drop. You have obtained the teleportation scroll St. Carl's. Qin Fei looked at the city teleportation scroll in his hand and was speechless. What is this for? Do I have to report myself? Tisk. When I get to the garrison, there won't be another mission for me to clean up the skeleton army, right? Hurry up. There is no way the village guards can withstand the attack of the skeleton army. The village chief urged anxiously. Qin Fei was not in a hurry at all and thought in his mind. If the task of eradicating the skeleton army is really issued, will it be up to me whether I do it or not? After thinking it through, Qin Fei then directly tore up the teleportation scroll, and a space-time vortex appeared in front of him. Walk. Drop. You have arrived in the Imperial City, St. Carl's. Chapter 31. The Central Square of San Carl's after dark. The light is always there. The pure white light shines on the floor tiles, reflecting a beautiful ripple-like aperture. Qin Fei turned around and looked, and a magnificent cathedral came into view. Bright light shone from the top of the left tower of the cathedral. St. Carl's Cathedral. Even if it wasn't the first time Dongfang Bailey saw him, he still couldn't help but admire him. When the bright moon reaches the top of the three towers, the magic stone will emit light and light up the city. The three towers will light up at night, midnight and dawn respectively. Among them, the main tower at midnight is the brightest and can even light up the entire city. Rich. Qin Fei secretly praised. No matter where the Holy See is, they always focus on spending more money than they can spend. But that's not the point. Qin Fei clicked on the mission. Have you noticed that Olawana's identity has changed? Dongfang Bailey was slightly stunned. Qin Fei pointed out. If I remember correctly, you said that Olawana was the administrator before, but after we accepted the mission, Olawana's identity was the commander of the garrison. What? Dongfang Bailey didn't even notice it, but when he looked at the task panel, he realized that it was indeed the case. Will the functions of NPCs still change? Qin Fei saw that she was not very clear, and shook his head. All the gods can respond to reality, what else is impossible? At the same time, Qin Fei is also more confident about a Asiat's matter. The identity of NPC can be changed. That means a Asiat's survival is 100% possible, and as long as the operation is good, there is a high probability that it can be used for yourself. Let's go and check out the garrison first. The garrison corps is the standing force of the Empire's outer provinces. Apart from tasks and training, it is stationed in the city most of the time. St. Carl's is one of the three major cities in the province of Muses. It borders the Hutton Federation in the northeast. After crossing the Azite defense line to the south, there is the territory of the Demon Clan. The intersection of the three forces is a swamp of death with a radius of thousands of miles. At the same time, it is also one of the 8 dead areas known in the continent of Apahia. Shangguan Yao had a comprehensive grasp of the basic knowledge and talked to Qin Fei in detail on the way. Stop. At the gate of the station, guards in heavy armor stopped several people. The Legion's important place, no outsiders are allowed to approach it. Qin Fei was about to speak, but was stopped by Dongfang Bailey. Fatian Emperor, can you lend me 100 gold coins first? Although Qin Fei was confused, he didn't ask any more questions and pointed out 100 gold coins to her. Then, Dongfang Bailey pinched out 10 gold coins and handed them to the guard in a very natural manner. Please tell me, we have important tasks that need to be reported to Her Excellency or Aona. Puff. Qin Fei almost spit it out. Okay, you actually still play like this in the game. The Legion commander has a lot of things to do. Only Deputy Commander Lena is here right now. You can report to her if you have anything to do. The guard said, letting a few people in and pointing out their positions. Alas, Dongfang Bailey had no choice but to smile bitterly. The Empire's bureaucracy is worse than reality. The garrison is relatively good, but the City Hall and the Holy See are the real trouble. Sometimes it's okay to just do things that are expensive, and you can make up for it somewhat from the mission rewards. But the rewards from the Holy See mission are really terrible. Shangguan Yao suddenly felt confused. Sister Li, if the Holy See of Light is so unscrupulous, isn't it afraid that the number of sacrifices will be reduced? If there is an invasion of dark forces, how will they resist it? It was very difficult to practice sacrificial rituals during the internal beta test. The quantity was small and the level was low. However, some tasks required sacrificial rituals, and the prices they offered at that time would be outrageous. Dongfang Bailey explained. So there are still people who practice sacrificial rituals, barely. It's high investment and high output. Qin Fei understood. The Holy See is following a path of sustainable development. Only by controlling the number of sacrifices can darkness pose a threat. No world is black and white. But there is black and then there is white. Think about it. If the light was sacrificed to the rotten streets, then the forces of darkness would have perished long ago. By then, not to mention that the priests will not be able to survive, even the Holy See of Light will have to close down. While talking, several people came to the Legion Station Hall, and there were still 2 guards at the door. Dongfang Bailey still used the old method, using gold coins to open the way, and successfully entered the hall, only then saw the Deputy Commander Reina. I saw him wearing a shiny silver magic armor, flaming red curly hair and a cross sword on his waist, making him look heroic. The only surprising thing is that the other party is too young. No, it can even be said to be immature. If other factors are not taken into account, the deputy commander of the Legion in front of him is only 28 years old, about the same as Yaoer. Certainly, these are not issues Qin Fei needs to consider. Commander Reina, we are adventurers from mountain villages. This is proof of our mission. Dongfang Bailey was obviously very familiar with handling this kind of thing. Okay, I understand, you can report directly to the Adventure Corps tomorrow. Wait. Halfway through her words, Reina's eyebrows suddenly frowned. Did you complete the task of sealing the ancient monster? Yes, Dongfang Bailey confirmed. Okay. Reina's eyes suddenly brightened. The Empire has always been generous in rewarding brave adventurers. Drop. You got Magic Gem X1. Medium Skills Exchange Coupon Legion X1. You got Gold Coins X100. You have gained Legion Reputation X1000. Is there extra prestige? Qin Fei thought to himself. It seems that NPCs are not all bureaucrats who are greedy for money. Reina suddenly stood up and looked at the people with a solemn expression. Since you have completed the seal, you must have experienced the horror of darkness, right? Dongfang Bailey said without changing his expression. Yes, Commander, the Hellbone Demon is a very evil existence. The legendary mage Asiat finally burned out all the remaining souls, and then reluctantly sealed it. Qin Fei thought. I was in such a hurry when I arrived that I forgot to follow the correct lines. I didn't expect you to be able to open your mouth and come here. Awesome. As expected of a boss who has run a company, it is indeed different. What did you say? After hearing this name, Reina was moved again, and even turned a little nervous and said, Are you talking about the former guardian of the Empire, the legendary mage, the sage, Asiat? Yes, Vice Commander. Sage, is he still alive? Reina felt something was wrong after saying that, so she quickly changed her question. I mean, even if it's a trace of a residual soul or a broken memory. Dongfang Bailey shook his head with great regret. There is no way, the seal is too broken. Perfect acting. Qin Fei believes that the same thing can be said without flaws, but it is a bit unrealistic to play Bailey to such a superb level. Bang! Reina's body actually lost her balance and trembled slightly. What a pity. Today's empire is in need of sages. Even broken memories can guide us to the right path. Reina paused for a moment, and after scanning everyone carefully, her eyes finally fell on Bai Li. Why do I feel a trace of star magic from you? The mysterious technique of the star. Dongfang Baili's eyes flashed, and he said calmly, This is the profession Asiat taught me before he died. Click. Reina's fists clenched suddenly, and the shock in her eyes could no longer be concealed. But the next second, Reina carefully scanned the surroundings. After confirming that it was safe, she whispered, Follow me. Not a few people could refuse. Reina took the lead and left, heading to the inner room behind the hall. Click. It wasn't until the door to the inner room was closed that Reina turned to look at the people, and said in a low voice with a solemn expression. You can't tell anyone what happens next. Master, she disappeared. Ah, Qin Fei and others looked at each other in surprise. You mean, the commander of the garrison, Oraona, is missing? I'm afraid we have to start from the beginning. Reina said slowly. A month ago, Bishop Mullen suddenly came with a transfer order from the imperial capital, removed Miss Orana from her position as administrator, and immediately transferred her to the garrison. Not long after we arrived at the Legion, the demons suddenly mobilized their troops intensively outside the Azite defense line. As the commander of the Legion, Miss Orana immediately led the garrison to the Azte defense line for reinforcements, while I stayed in St. Carl's to handle the daily affairs of the Legion. During this period, I reported to Miss Olawana every day and was able to receive her reply. But just a week ago, I never heard back from the letter I sent. The weird thing is, the news from the defense line shows that Miss Olawana is fine and there are no unexpected incidents. After several people listened, they probably understood what happened. Olawana's identity is not ordinary. The Phoenix family from which she was born is one of the oldest nobles in the empire. Rena has been Orana's maid since she was a child. When she grew up, she served as her bodyguard and her adjutant outside. Dongfang Bailey relied on her understanding of the background of the game and asked, "Has this matter been reported to the Phoenix family?" "Have, but what I find unbelievable is that the content in the family's reply is exactly the same as the Legion's." Rena pressed the hilt of the sword bitterly and gritted her teeth. Hateful. If it weren't for the defense line battle that mobilized most of the Legion's combat power, I wouldn't be able to leave at all. Qin Fei heard this and said decisively, "We can help find the Legion commander." Great. This was what Rena was waiting for, and she immediately said happily, "Since you can gain the trust of the sages, then I can trust you with confidence." Qin Fei was secretly speechless. Asiat's reputation back then was really scary. So many years after his death, the whole empire can still trust him 100%. No wonder he doesn't want to come back. To translate it is, to save face. Drop. You have obtained the hidden mission, the missing Legion commander. Goal. Find Legion commander Oraona. Reward. Legion medal, Legion reputation x 10,000, gold coin x 10,000, rare Legion equipment x1, rare gem x1. Hidden mission. Qin Fei looked at this generous reward and immediately felt a little puzzled. How could it be hidden by someone? This is the coat of arms of the Phoenix family. I believe that when Miss sees it, she will understand your identity. Rena warned again. Remember, you must not tell anyone about the disappearance of the lady. You must not reveal the content of the mission to anyone either. If the lady really has an accident, then the evil power hidden in the dark is beyond your imagination. Besides me, no one of you can believe it, whether it is the Legion, the Administrator, the Holy See, or other families. Speaking of which, Rena looked at the people and frowned again. It's too easy for you to go to the defense line like this. Let's do this. Tomorrow I will arrange for an adventure group to go to the defense line for reinforcements. You, as disciples of the sage, will serve as commanders. Well, that way no one will doubt it. And, give me the Legion exchange coupons and gems just now. For a sage disciple, this reward is too little. Good. Several people agreed without thinking. Rena got the things and turned to show her package. You can choose a high-level skill and a rare gem. As for the equipment, I only have Legion suits here for the time being. You can each get one set first. Puff. Despite Dongfang Bailey's determination, he couldn't hold back. Legion suit. Oh my god. During the internal beta test, she did more than 10 days of missions in the Legion before barely redeeming one. As a result, you can get the entire set for free without completing a single task. Unscientific. This is really unscientific. What kind of difficult task is it to get so many rewards while doing nothing? No, behind such a high reward, in addition to the difficulty of the task itself, it is probably all due to the reputation of Sage Asiat, right? Trigger early. Dongfang Bailey seemed to understand the difference. Let's put aside how to trigger the ancient monster sealing mission and just look at the difficulty of the mission. When it is difficult to find senior priests of the Holy See to help, it will take at least 2 or 3 months to complete. At that time, can I still get Asiat's inheritance? Basically impossible. Some special mission NPCs among the gods will change over time. If a few people come a few months late, by then Orana had either been found or dead. The follow-up of hidden tasks can only be received if they are completed in advance or even exceeded. One step first, every step first. Dongfang Bailey didn't play games much before, but now she really understands the value of this sentence. There are 4 types of Legion sets. They are Strength set, Constitution set, Agility set and Wisdom set. There are 5 pieces of equipment in the set. Weapons, gloves, helmets, armor, boots. Brother, should I choose the physical equipment? Shangguan Yao is an archer, but now she has to consider her mother's attributes and must try to use as many physical equipment as possible. No need, Qin Fei, who is not lacking in strength, said, I'll take the Constitution, you'll take the Agility, Bai Li's Wisdom. Upon hearing this, Shangguan Yao couldn't help but shake her head, tears welling up in her eyes as she said, the attributes of the Legion suit are far better than ordinary magic, and brother, you have already paid too much. Qin Fei raised his lips, then you can give me the rare equipment when the mission is completed. Yeah, okay, Shangguan Yao nodded vigorously. Let's look at the equipment first. Legion War Knife Level 1. Level. Magic. Requirements. Level 10. Attack Power. 110. Armor Break. 30. Constitution. 10. Legion Gloves Level 1. Level. Magic. Requirements. Level 10. Defense. 35. Dodge. 20. Constitution. 8. Legion War Helmet Level 1. Level. Magic. Requirements. Level 10. Defense. 20. Dodge. 55. Constitution. 8. Legion War Armor Level 1. Level. Magic. Requirements. Level 10. Defense. 120. Life. 100. Constitution. 12. Legion Boots Level 1. Level. Magic. Requirements. Level 10. Defense. 10. Dodge. 22. Movement Speed. 10%. Set effect 5/5. The attack increases by 100 points, the defense increases by 100 points, the life increases by 100 points, and the constitution increases by 15 points. With a full set of equipment and the replacement of Thieves' Ji's gloves, Qin Fei's physique has reached 7,500 points. It seems that the physical fitness can exceed 10,000 before level 20. The other side, Reina turned to Bai Li and said, the mysterious art of stars is a very special profession. Now that the sage is gone, I'm afraid no one can teach you. What I know is also very limited. According to records, the damage ability of the star mysterious technique is very powerful, but the consumption of magic power is also very serious. If damage and output are not considered, the skill recommendation is magic enrichment, and the gem selection, secret word of knowledge, is the most suitable. Magic Full Passive Advanced. Increase mana by 20%. Increases magic recovery efficiency by 20%. Reduce skill mana consumption by 20%. When the magic value is 0, you will not fall into magic exhaustion. Secret words of knowledge. Grade. Rare. Wisdom increased by 50 points. Magic value increased by 20%. Magic recovery efficiency increased by 20%. Magic cooldown reduced by 20%. At this moment, Dongfang Baili really looked like he had never seen the world. Rare gem. Never seen it before. She had no idea what properties rare gems had, so she couldn't possibly think of using gems to match professions. Looking at these attributes now, it's like a window suddenly opened in my head, it's dawn. Thank you, I originally wanted to use some magic with lower consumption. Dongfang Baili became more and more shocked as he looked at it, but now with these, the magic for daily combat is barely enough. Before Shangguan Yao on the other side could speak, Qin Fei held her head down. Please take a look and see which one is more suitable for a multi-dimensional shooter. Another rare profession. Rena was a little frightened. Since the death of the sage, the mysterious method of stars has never appeared in the continent of Epihia. As for the multi-dimensional archer, only the elf royal court is possible. Oh, you are the elf. That's okay. Reina quickly flipped through the rewards, and suddenly her eyes lit up. Little girl, you are so lucky. I didn't expect that the Legion warehouse can have such a rare skill. Multiple resonance passive. When your attack has all elemental damage types, a resonance effect will occur between multiple elements, up to 20 layers. Each time you hit the target, you will get 1 layer of resonance effect. When the resonance effect is above 0 layers, each layer increases all elemental damage by 30 points. When the resonance effect reaches 5 or more layers, each layer will increase the total damage of all elements by an additional 2%. When the resonance effect reaches 10 or more layers, each layer increases the elemental damage penetration by an additional 2%. Elemental agitation. Grade. Rare. All elemental skill damage increased by 20%. Increase the critical hit rate of all elemental skills by 5%. All elemental skill damage penetration is 5%. Both archers and mages can learn polyresonance. Lena explained. But the problem is that there are too few people who can trigger the resonance effect. Today's empire has long lost its former glory. Even such a rare skill has been reduced to the point where no one can redeem it. Okay, it's perfect. Qin Fei calmed down for Shangguan Yao, but was secretly speechless in his heart. The combination of advanced skills and gems is simply explosive. After watching Bai Li's exploding flying star last time, I had a rough understanding of their two professions and skills. Bai Li is a pure great magician. All skills deal damage, and each one is more explosive than the last. The only thing is that the consumption is too high and the cooling time is too long. Star Mystic technique itself does not have passive skills. I thought it was a job restriction, that's it. But now I see it, it's because I don't understand the God's game profession at all, how to play it. The power of the hidden profession is based on the unique skills of the profession. Besides, hidden professions can still learn some skills of regular professions to supplement and strengthen their own professions. Bai Li itself has no shortage of damage, so it only needs to make up for the consumption. Shangguan Yao's multi-dimensional shooter has skills of all elemental types. I thought he was just an archer who had no fear of monsters and could achieve high output at any time. But after she suddenly gained a multi-resonance today, she simply took off on the spot. The level of professionalism is instantly raised to a higher level. Such a high amount of penetration and damage increase, obtained in one skill, is simply outrageous. Qin Fei himself was drooling when he saw it. If coupled with the powerful effect of rare gems, it can almost ignore the resistance of monsters and achieve ultra-high output. At the same time, combined with the archer's ultra-high attack speed and critical hits, it can really pierce the enemy's artery with one arrow. Hiss, wait, how do you use gems? Qin Fei suddenly realized that he had missed something. You can integrate gems into your career after changing jobs, Shangguan Yao said matter-of-factly. You can use 1 gem for 1 job change, 2 for the second job change, and 3 for 3 job changes. Ahem, I haven't studied it. Qin Fei changed his job and had gems, but he didn't even ask. Also hell, the gems in other games can be smashed onto equipment, but the gems of the gods can be used directly. Lena explained. The power of gems is very powerful. If you don't have the corresponding experience and level, forcibly using multiple gems will only cause the gems to conflict with each other, trigger an energy explosion, and kill you on the spot. Qin Fei frowned and said, what if there are 2 professions? Ah, Reina's pair of blazing red pupils suddenly dilated, and she said in disbelief, are you sure? After a while, Lena was silent. I have never heard of your profession. Whether it is the history of the empire or the history of the continent, attempts at a dual professional system have been recorded, but unfortunately, everyone has failed. Well, Reina suddenly said, you should have met the sage. Did he say anything? Without, Qin Fei secretly said, but it's okay. I'll take him out of the book later and ask again. Reina was a little helpless. Then I'm not sure whether it's safe for you to use 2 in 1 turn. And, I haven't seen your other profession either. So you can only choose things by yourself. Qin Fei is different from Bai Li and the others. Neither occupation nor skills are the core of combat power. There is only one true core of myself. Attributes. The damage bonus of normal skills and gems is only 10-20%. But the attributes have a fixed bonus of 100 times. So, even if it is only a 1% increase, it is equivalent to 100% for me. Once you have your ideas straightened out, it's easy. As long as you can add basic attributes, you can do it with your eyes closed. Fighting Enthusiasm, Level 1, 0-100ths Advanced. Consumes 10% of health to stimulate fighting enthusiasm, up to 3 levels. Each level of fighting fervor increases strength by 10%, constitution by 10%, agility by 10%, and life recovery efficiency by 10%. Each level of combat zeal lasts for 10 seconds. When the health value is lower than 30%, it will not be seriously injured. Overall enhancement. Grade. Rare. Strength increased by 10%. Agility increased by 10%. Wisdom increased by 10%. Increase physical fitness by 10%. When the first one is inserted, the attributes will increase immediately. The strength is 1,000 points more, and the rest is at least a few hundred points. Comfortable. Qin Fei finally found the most enjoyable way to improve. Except for special attributes such as penetration and critical hit, nothing is as good as the increase in basic attributes. Gems can be inserted directly in the career panel. I have 2 careers, but the warrior profession did not change professions. Use this attribute increasing one first, and ask Asiat about the other one after changing jobs tomorrow. After Qin Fei finished it, he roared on the spot. Fight with zeal. Ah! Dongfang Bailey and others were startled by the sudden roar. Roar, roar. Qin Fei ignored it and roared twice again. In addition to wisdom, all attributes increase by 30%. System notification. Dragon Kingdom player, Fatian Emperor, S physical attributes exceeded 10,000 points. Reward reputation x 10,000, reward physique boundary breaking stone x 10. Dragon Kingdom player, Fatian Emperor, S physical attribute exceeds 10,000 points. Reward reputation x 10,000, reward physique boundary breaking stone x 10. Dragon Kingdom player, Fatian Emperor, S physical attribute exceeds 10,000 points. Reward reputation x 10,000, reward physique boundary breaking stone x 10. System notification. Unlock the physical attributes of another world. From now on, players whose physical fitness exceeds 1,000 points can use the boundary breaking stone to transform to obtain otherworldly physical attributes. Question mark question mark question mark. Dongfang Bailey and Guanyao were stunned at the same time. Physique, unlocked successfully. Woohoo. Sheng Guanyao's eyes instantly moistened. Brother. You really, woo-woo. The other side. As soon as Dongfang Zan's Maozi was put on the table, the red light in the war room flashed again. His grandma's Fatian Emperor is really perverted. How long will it take until the 10,000 strength attribute is unlocked? He didn't even have time to take a sip of his celebratory wine, so he was about to celebrate his victory a second time. Now, the workload is really a bit heavy. Dongfang Zan said secretly. If it is just the unlocking of power, it will not have much impact on reality for the time being. You can't become a Superman with 300 to 500 points of strength, let alone artillery and missiles, even a few bursts of machine guns can't withstand it. But once the physical attribute is unlocked, those people will definitely not be able to sit still. Think globally. In the short term, except for the Fatian Emperor, I am afraid that no one can produce the physique boundary breaking stone. Monopoly. No matter who wants this thing, they must go to Fatian Emperor. Certainly, there are many people in this world who will solve problems in their own way. Warmaster. Now that Fatian Emperor's identity is unknown, it may not be a good thing for both the enemy and us. Yes, Dongfang Zan sighed deeply in his heart. The original plan was to stay still for the time being, so as not to lead the way to the enemy without knowing it. Now things have taken a turn for the worse. They must know everything about Fatian Emperor and ensure his 100% safety. Because they could no longer afford the losses caused by the sudden death of Emperor Fei Tian. This matter. Before Dongfang Zan finished speaking, he heard the red phone on the table ringing. Hiss. What is supposed to come will still come. Let me use your agility set and wisdom set. Qin Fei completed the unlocking without adding any physical strength, so he naturally had to take the opportunity to get all the rewards. The two handed over the equipment without thinking much. The next second. System notification. Dragon Kingdom player, Fatian Emperor, S agility attribute exceeded 10,000 points. Reward reputation x 10,000, reward agility boundary breaking stone x 10. Dragon Kingdom player, Fatian Emperor, S wisdom attribute exceeded 10,000 points. Reward reputation x 10,000, reward wisdom boundary breaking stone x 10. System notification. Alien agility and alien wisdom attributes are unlocked. From now on, players who have exceeded 1,000 points in agility or wisdom can use the boundary breaking stone to transform and gain otherworldly attributes. System notification. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom player, Fatian Emperor, for unlocking all alien attributes. Additional rewards include reputation x 10,000, Gold coins x 10,000, strength boundary breaking stone x 10, agility boundary breaking stone x 10, wisdom boundary breaking stone x 10, and constitution boundary breaking stone x 10. In an instant, all the players of the gods stopped. I'm sorry, I'm here to play games, not to hear announcements. Good guy, I can't keep up with the announcements every day. Unlock all attributes exceed 10,000. Could this be a human being? Listen to me, this game must be cheating. The officials of the gods do not prohibit wall hangings, so Fatian Emperor is the biggest wall hanging among the gods. Gone. He must have used an attribute modifier, otherwise, where would such perverted attribute points come from? With 10,000 attributes, it is unknown whether I will have this attribute at full level. It affects the balance too much. It is recommended to delete Fatian Emperor. I second the proposal. Operations Center. Before Dongfang Zhan could put down the phone in his hand, he saw a dozen system announcements appearing on the big screen. What on earth are you going to do? Crazy. Dongfang Zhan's expression management has been completely offline, and he gritted his teeth and said, just by unlocking one attribute, I don't know how many people want you to die. You are awesome, but who doesn't know you are awesome now? Can't you be more low-key? Can't you come one by one? You have unlocked so many, does it make sense? You can't use them all yourself. Unlock one first, and then gradually strengthen the advantages. Isn't it good for us to first distance ourselves from other countries, block our position, and try to delay the time point for them to feedback the reality? Dongfang Zhan made crazy comments on it. The staff below couldn't help but remind him, War Commander, is there a possibility that we forgot to remind him? Puff. Dongfang Zhan spurted out on the spot. Who the hell would have thought? Give Fatian Emperor a chance to unlock feedback reality. Can he unlock all attributes? Alright. After receiving the reward, Qin Fei took off the suit and returned it to them. Brother, Shangguan Yao frowned, a little confused whether to continue talking. I will keep a few more physical boundary breaking stones, but if 3 or 5 don't work, then adding a dozen more won't work either. Qin Fei knew what she was thinking. Fortunately, the rewards are now full. There are 20 boundary breaking stones of all attributes. I'll try it myself later when I go back. If it is really effective, I will definitely leave part of it for my parents and leave the rest for later use. Tisk. Calculated in this way, the physique breaking stone may be very nervous. The more troublesome point is, at present, apart from the system rewards, I don't know where to get the boundary breaking stone. Qin Fei looked to the side and suddenly realized, Commander Reina, do you know how to obtain the boundary breaking stone? Boundary breaking stone. After a brief shock, Reina replied without hesitation. Have no idea. Alien planes only exist in legends. There are many records about other worlds in the family library. If Miss hadn't been very fond of stories about other worlds for a while, I wouldn't even know what the boundary breaking stone is. When Qin Fei heard this, he was not in a hurry. If even the deputy commander of the Imperial Guard Corps doesn't know how to obtain it, then the possibility of other players being able to obtain the boundary breaking stone is almost zero. In addition, I also have a Siat, there should be clues from him, right? At last, Qin Fei confirmed tomorrow's departure time with Lena and left the Legion station. Oops, Shangguan Yao went out and then remembered, just now we forgot about the mission of darkness coming. Qin Fei held down the little girl's head with one hand. What, do you want to clear out all the skeletons I worked so hard to recruit? Well, Shangguan Yao blushed and said weakly, brother, what if there is a reward? Wouldn't that allow unlimited money? Even if you can't earn gold coins, you can still earn reputation. Yao saw a lot of good things in the Legion warehouse just now. It's just that the exchange reputation is too dark. A rare piece of equipment actually costs 50,000 points of Legion reputation. Qin Fei thought for a moment, shook his head and said, even without considering the impact of the loss of skeletons on the bone demon, the positive benefits of summoning skeletons should be higher than the negative reputation gain. Do not forget, we are about to head to the Imperial Defense Line. That is the real battlefield for skeletons. Battlefield, hiss. When Dongfang Bailey thought of the scene of the skeleton army appearing on the battlefield, she couldn't help but take a breath. Isn't it too scary? If we can really use skeleton summoning on a large scale in war, the reputation we will gain will probably be astronomical, maybe enough to serve as the commander of the Legion. Just be afraid. Dongfang Bailey changed her mind and said, if the skeleton is thought to be invaded by darkness, then we'll see then. Qin Fei hasn't figured out how to use it for the time being. Everything. We won't know until we get the line of defense. Although the city still has the light of the cathedral, the night is dark and the professional hall is closed. Qin Fei can only wait until tomorrow if he wants to transfer soldiers. In addition, all associations and shops in the city are closed. With gold coins in my pocket, I couldn't buy anything I wanted to buy. If it were a shop opened by players, it would definitely not close at this point. Dongfang Bailey said with some regret in his tone. When Qin Fei heard this, he immediately became interested. Have you ever purchased a store during the internal beta test? What was the price? Very expensive. Dongfang Bailey was talking. Qin Fei's eyelids suddenly jumped several times. Follow closely. Several faint, twisted ripples flashed across the street within sight. Drop. You have been attacked by the enemy. Backstab. Puff. -3,390 crit. Blood-red damage figures appeared from Qin Fei's head. At the same time, Qin Fei's health bar also dropped by about 15%. What? The assassin behind him let out a low cry of disbelief. But as a professional assassin, his rich combat experience still allows him to use combos. Wipe your throat. Qin Fei's figure swayed slightly. Dodge. The assassin behind him was completely angry. But Qin Fei ignored him at all and pressed the handle of the knife with one hand. Kanglang. The Legion sword was unsheathed instantly, as fast as lightning. The cold blade slashes to the right. It struck Shangguan Yao accurately on the back. Phew. The blade turned red, and a trace of blood spattered out. -12,800 crit. Damage numbers popped up in midair. When the opponent's health bar appeared, it was immediately cleared by this terrifying knife. One knife. Instant kill. Surprisingly, Shangguan Yao was not injured and stood intact. Plop. Behind Shangguan Yao, an assassin wrapped in black leather armor clutched a dagger in his hand and fell to the ground slumped. His thin and convex eyes were full of confusion. Do not know why. The target of the assassination escaped unscathed. He himself died first instead. Drip. You defeated the expert assassin. You have gained 15,070 experience points. You have upgraded. Who? Dongfang Bailey only realized at this moment that there was a sneak attack, and subconsciously reached out to touch her waist. Ha! Qin Fei almost laughed when he saw this scene. What are you doing? Want to take out a gun? Dongfang Bailey's delicate body trembled, and she was so embarrassed that she didn't even know what she was going to do. Snapped. Qin Fei pushed him away from him and struck the opposite air with his backhand. Ha! The sword was wrapped in light blue magic light and flashed in the air. Puff. -8,180. The assassin on the opposite side was struck directly by a sword and split into two pieces in the air. Drip. You defeated the expert assassin. You have gained 13,270 experience points. In the blink of an eye, two expert assassins fell to the ground. And this only happened in one encounter. Bang. Seeing this scene, the assassin finally felt a slight chill, turned his hand to hide the dagger, and jumped back to retreat. How could Qin Fei let the other person leave? Play assassination with me, you really know how to pick people. Move forward without guilt. The next second, Qin Fei's figure disappeared into the street. While the assassin was shocked, a white light burst out from his eyes. But the white light did not detect Qin Fei's figure. How can it be? The assassin was confused next time. With his skill level and experience, why can't he detect the stealth of a novice thief? Haha, Qin Fei sneered in his heart and glanced at the skill panel. Innocent Stealth Level 1, 0/100ths Advanced. Movement speed increased by 50%, attack damage increased by 50%. Melt your body into darkness and disappear from the enemy's sight. Attacks you launch while stealth will not cause the stealth to expire, up to 3 times. If the enemy's detection skills are not 2 levels higher than yours, your stealth cannot be broken. Cost: 50 mana. Duration: 10 seconds. Cooldown: 30 seconds. Innocent Ambush Level 1, 0/100ths Advanced. Critical hit rate increased by 50%. Without the enemy noticing you, launch a fatal blow to the enemy, causing 150% physical and magic damage to the enemy. Your ambush will not attract the enemy's attention. Cost: 100 mana. Cooldown: 30 seconds. Qin Fei walked close to the ground, quickly passed through the street, went straight to the assassin's back, and stabbed him straight with his knife. Ambush without guilt. Until the blade was inserted into the opponent's body, there was no sound at all. Dongfang Baili and Shangguan Yao did not see this sword. The assassin lurking in the street was not seen either. Until the blade is pulled out, blood is like a pillar. The assassin who was stabbed was still glancing around nervously, completely unaware of the situation behind him. Minus 16,088 crit. The moment the damage burst out, the assassin died suddenly on the spot. To death. He didn't even realize when he was tricked. Base. A wave of light and shadow appeared on Qin Fei's left and right sides. Obviously, after they saw themselves sneaking, they were ready to seize the flaw in their attack, and a mantis stalked the cicada and the oriole followed behind. But the reality is, Qin Fei struck in ambush with his sword, but his stealth was still there and his figure was not exposed. But because of their violent movements, their stealth had a flaw. Qin Fei didn't waste any time, swiping his swords to split left and right. So fast, it was as if the two knives were struck at the same time. Minus 7,890. Minus 8,010. Plop. The corpses of the two assassins and patches of blood fell out of the shadows at the same time. So far, Qin Fei's figure was still sneaking and was not exposed. Dongfang Baili and Shangguan Yao looked at this scene in great shock, so nervous that they didn't even dare to take a breath. On the streets of St. Carl's, so many assassins suddenly appeared. It's simply unbelievable to know, at this stage, there may be less than 10 players arriving in the city. These assassins. Hiss. NPC. Dongfang Baili was completely confused when she thought of this. She has never heard that NPCs would attack players in the city, and they would also use assassinations on the street. Hard to guard against. No, there is no way to defend at all. If the Tian Emperor hadn't taken action, she would be dead now, and even after she died, she might not know who killed her. An assassin like this would kill players as easily as picking beans. And now, in just a few breaths, there were already 5 such assassins lying in a pool of blood. Silence. Quiet. In the quiet streets, only the thin squeaking noises of a few mice could be heard. Finally, time for stealth. Qin Fei walked out from behind Bai Li with a sword in hand, and said calmly. The NPC assassin is most likely related to Orana's disappearance. Dongfang Baili nodded with some palpitations. I think so too. Apart from that hidden mission with super high rewards, there are no other NPC forces that can cause trouble for us. Thanks to you just now, otherwise the two of us would die once and the mission would definitely fail. Qin Fei shook his head. Not only did your mission fail, mine should also be the same. Probably. Dongfang Baili's brows tightened, and he muttered slightly, if you are assassinated and your staff is reduced just after taking the mission, then Reina will never be able to trust you to carry out the mission alone. Then, do we need to report this to Reina now? I see that the mission panel has not changed yet. Tisk, it's a bit complicated. Qin Fei thought for a long time. There are only a few results reported. Lena confirms that Orana is in danger, and the difficulty of judgment has been increased. She may provide us with some additional rewards. But Reina's unusual reaction may also cause the enemy to detect a problem, further increasing the difficulty of our mission. At last, after discussion, the two decided to pretend not to know. The difficulty of this task is already ridiculous. The beginning is an assassination attempt by 5 expert assassins. Any other elite team that comes here will definitely die. Even if there are experts in the team, it is difficult to prevent such assassinations. This is where the assassin comes in. Even if you are higher level than the assassin and have better equipment, you are still very likely to be assassinated by the assassin, let alone the assassin who has higher level equipment than you. That's almost a sure kill. If it weren't for the fact that he is also an assassin. If it weren't for the explosion of all his attributes. Life is super high defense. The damage is super high. Dodge overflow, hit overflow. As long as one person is missing, even if the assassination team accidentally loses 2 or 3 people, they will still be very confident that they can kill themselves in the subsequent battle. Physique is really important. Qin Fei couldn't help but sigh. Whether in reality or in a game, life is always very precious. I have a mission tomorrow. I don't know if I can make it back after leaving the city for leveling at night. The danger is too high. Why not go offline in the cathedral? Bai Li naturally had no objection. Their harvest today has been too great. Level 11, professional rare, gem rare, equipped with a full set of magic, and it belongs to the Legion. Shangguan Yao happily went offline to inform her mother. Dongfang Baili took a step slower, with a slight hesitation on her beautiful face. Qin Fei, is something wrong? Dongfang Baili asked tentatively. Fatian Emperor, you should know my identity, right? I guess so. Qin Fei subconsciously rubbed the tip of his nose. Phew. Dongfang Baili took a long breath and felt much more relaxed. Actually, I didn't hide it on purpose. After all, my name is the same as the internal beta test, so it's not that difficult to check. Well, let's get down to business, my father. I can't say it's my father. It should be the military who wants to buy at least 3 physical boundary breaking stones from you. Qin Fei guessed a little, but he didn't expect to directly contact the military. Can you represent the military? Of course I can't do it, but my father can still do it. Dongfang Baili said directly. The function of the boundary breaking stone is there, and few people dare to buy it. After all, the military represented by my father it's just an intermediary. Qin Fei only knew that she had some military background, but he didn't expect that she was so strong. 3 is not a lot, but it is not a small amount either, especially since I have no other channels to get it now. So, what are the conditions over there? Dongfang Baili knew it was expensive, but she still wanted to speak. You know, the military is not very wealthy to begin with, so it is impossible to spend too much money. My mother is Yao's cousin, so my money has basically nothing to do with my father's side. For a transaction of this level, my little savings can't even be considered as a drop in the bucket. 50 million. I know that this little money is dispensable to you. But this is the limit we provide. It can be negotiated, but the fluctuation will not be huge. Ahem. Qin Fei really wanted to say, where did you know that I am so rich? In addition, if calculated in terms of game props, a transaction of up to 50 million is definitely the pinnacle of gaming history. But for surreal props, it seems to be within a reasonable range. If you consider the special characteristics of the physical boundary breaking stone, it can even be said to be a bit cheap. Dongfang Baili continued. Of course, cash is not the core. What the military provides is far beyond what cash can buy. You and your family will be protected by the military for free for the next 100 years. Anything, as long as it's not about money, I can find a way to solve it for you. At the same time, you can also obtain the rank of Major General, have the status of a core member of the Dragon Team, can be equipped with any type of firearms, and are protected by 3 Dragon Team members. You may know the Dragon Group, but the permissions of the core members are completely different. Simply say, no matter what the crime is, the maximum penalty you face is working from home. Is there really a death-free gold medal and a murder license? Qin Fei was a little shocked. Honestly, you can't buy just this certificate for hundreds of billions. If this certificate could be sold, anyone who could afford it would buy it without hesitation. But for Qin Fei, once he agrees to the transaction, his identity will inevitably be exposed. Although there is protection, if you think about it a little bit, you will realize that it is too restrictive. Of course, freedom is the most enjoyable. No matter who you are. Dongfang Baili didn't even dare to say anything, just looked at him, waiting. Qin Fei unexpectedly agreed. This kind of condition is not necessarily very good for me. But it is definitely good for the family. Who would resist the temptation of a single family tree? And there is. Such outrageous conditions must be time sensitive. Nowadays, the boundary breaking stones are monopolized by themselves, and they can only seek for themselves. In a few days, any unexpected situation may cause the transaction to become unbalanced, making it difficult to obtain the same conditions in the future. Dongfang Baili's pretty face instantly turned into surprise. The next second, Qin Fei added, the conditions are no problem. I will give you the things, but the time to implement these conditions is up to me. ? Dongfang Baili was stunned for a moment. Can it be said that you, You don't need protection. But this is another core of trading. If Dad knew that he had made a deal and got something, but still didn't know the identity of Fatian Emperor, would his heart be able to bear it? Yes, not needed for now. Qin Fei doesn't want to be regarded as a giant panda now. More importantly, if the actual strength is not enough, there may be a possibility of being studied every day. I need to ask. Dongfang Baili immediately opened the communication. After a while, Dongfang Baili spoke again. Fatian Emperor, we have no objection to when you want to execute it, but before confirming, I want to tell you some data first. First, in the past 2 hours, more than 300 agents entered the country through various channels. Second, in the past 2 hours, we have arrested more than 1,000 spies. Among them, the target of all spies is you. Third, under the temptation of almost unlimited resources, few people can hold on to the bottom line, so, can you really be sure of your own safety? Good guy. Qin Fei didn't expect it to be so exaggerated, but he immediately took out 3 boundary-breaking stones and stuffed them into her hand. It's not a big problem, let's do this first. ? Dongfang Baili looked in disbelief and wanted to say something else, but was driven offline by Qin Fei. No one knows, that's really safe. Even if Qin Fei's inner thoughts were leaked, he still had a trump card to use. Feedback attribute. This is true security. If it still doesn't work, it's not too late to consider Bai Li's conditions. Try your physical fitness first. Qin Fei took out the boundary-breaking stone and used it directly. Drop. The transformation is successful. You have gained 100 points of alien physique. The refreshing soap fragrance is slightly sweet and hits your nostrils. Qin Fei is too familiar with this smell. Monitor Lin's bedsheets indeed smelled the same as hers. Open your eyes again. What should have been a snow-white ceiling was now replaced by a delicate face. The pair of eyes that should be shining are now tightly closed, and the long eyelashes are trembling slightly. Temperature. Run. Qin Fei licked his lips subconsciously. Sweet. Well, the little thief on his body seemed to realize something was wrong immediately, but he didn't flinch even an inch, and instead took the initiative to chase after him. Make a sneak attack. Qin Fei was attacked once in the game, how could he be attacked again in reality? Without thinking, he immediately launched a counterattack. After a long time, the little thief seems to have noticed that something is wrong. He can't be beaten. He can't be beaten at all. Not to mention the successive defeats, both rows of the Great Wall were completely lost. His eyes suddenly opened. The little thief's eyes switched back and forth between surprise and confusion, and finally turned to panic. The next second, as if someone had discovered him, the little thief broke free in a panic, dropped his loot and began to run away crazily. Young man, are you planning a sneak attack? Qin Fei snorted coldly. I can kill the expert assassin team at will, but you are so bad, you need to practice. If not, you want to view the feedback properties. Qin Fei really wouldn't let her escape. The attributes associated with physique in the game are health and basic defense. Does Qin Fei feel how good his body is now? He just feels that some energy and blood are rising. Optimus Pillar. Well, it seems to make sense. As for defense, Qin Fei squeezed his arm, but he didn't feel much in the muscles, and the hand feel was about the same, except that the pain seemed to be reduced a lot. Just pinch it and it won't hurt. Measuring strength directly, the effect should be more obvious, right? Qin Fei secretly thought and went online again. I was not in a hurry to use it, but check the panel first. The original attributes have not changed, but there is an extra dimensional attribute behind the basic attributes. It's a pity that the alien attributes are not basic attributes, so they didn't get a 100-fold increase. Now I am basically sure that the feedback is true, then, of course I will give it all in one go. Drop. The transformation is successful, you have gained 100 points of alien power. The transformation is successful, you have gained 100 points of alien power. The transformation is successful, you have gained 100 points of alien power. Conversion failed, a maximum of 10 boundary breaking stones can be used in one career change. It turns out there are restrictions. Qin Fei thought he could use it casually. 10 boundary breaking stones, a total of 1,000 attribute points. That works out, almost 10 times the strength of a boxer. This power has exceeded the limit of reality, right? Besides, I am a dual professional warrior. I wonder if I can have another serving after my warrior changes profession tomorrow. Regarding the attributes in reality, Qin Fei is open to all who come, and the more the better. Next, agility, wisdom, constitution, all are full. Go offline again. Qin Fei clearly felt the changes in his body. Whenever you make a fist, you can feel the power that seems to explode, but the muscles and appearance of the body have not changed much. This unscientific, but it's very mysterious. Qin Fei punched out casually. Boom. The speed far beyond that of ordinary people actually made a muffled sound in the air. The resistance of the air is so obvious. Qin Fei wanted to try again, but he held back his fist. Don't ruin the room. There won't even be a place to sleep at night. Fortunately, there is a gym in the basement of the villa, and all the equipment is still there. There is even a boxing strength testing machine. As expected of Bai Li, she is the only one who knows how to make these things at home. Qin Fei was happy to use the ready-made ones. First is speed. I ran back and forth from the basement and checked my own watch. Snapped. Qin Fei kicked his feet hard and rushed out. 1, 2, 3. The longest is 10 meters, and the turnaround is exactly 20 meters. Qin Fei returned 5 times and pressed the watch. 7.02. Hiss. Qin Fei immediately took a breath. Do you want to win a gold medal in the Summer Olympics? Wrong. As long as I go, I will get more than 1 gold medal, right? 1,000 points for all attributes. As far as physical fitness is concerned, what skills and operations are required? As long as you don't engage in performance-related projects, the rest is still killing indiscriminately. Never mind. Qin Fei doesn't have time to be a Superman outside. Try your punching power. Let's start with a slightly lighter one. Then he punched the machine hard. DDDD. 298 kilograms. A punching power of nearly 300 kilograms. Qin Fei checked the data and found that the maximum punching power of a heavyweight boxer was only about 300 kilograms. The limit of a heavy boxing champion like Tyson is close to 400 kilograms. For a lightweight boxer, it would only be about 200 kilograms. The key is, I haven't contributed yet. Qin Fei was a little embarrassed. Should he try his limit? If you use too much power, you won't blow up the machine, right? Depend on. If it breaks, buy a new one. Qin Fei is not short of money now, but if he doesn't master his current super attributes well, problems may arise. Follow closely. Qin Fei punched the machine continuously. 452 kilograms. 878 kilograms. 1,361 kilograms. Then the machine made a loud banging sound, and the value of the fist power gradually increased. Okay, one last punch. Qin Fei paused and summoned all his strength. Boom. A dent was made directly at the location where the punching strength was tested. Several sparks burst out from the machine, and more than a dozen parts were blown away. As for the numbers, it is not displayed at all. Phew. Qin Fei let out a breath. If it were an ordinary person, after such an explosion, no matter how many values we hit, the muscles would definitely be sore and even cramped. But Qin Fei's whole body was not sore now, not even a trace of fatigue. It may be due to physical condition, or it may be due to sheer strength. But, through feeling, Qin Fei can still roughly estimate the maximum punch power. 3,000 kilograms. If it is a prepared full blow, it should have this number. To know, this number is already a limit that humans can never reach. After confirming his strength, Qin Fei struggled in the gym for a while, and finally managed to master this attribute. Strength beyond limits, reactions beyond ordinary people, speed of 100 meters in 6 seconds and 7 seconds, plus the vitality and defense of this 1,000-point physique. Qin Fei could finally feel at ease. Not to mention humanoid tanks. But he is definitely considered a superhuman. Just with this level of training or fighting. Qin Fei just wanted to say, I can do this all day. Ordinary people, even if there are 300 to 500 of them, they can fight at will. I haven't tried low power bullets yet, but with this vitality, I guess I won't die even if I take a few bullets. But the problem is, can the opponent receive a punch from me? This is a hard punch, not a bullet. In the face of this kind of punching power, there is actually no difference between wearing a bulletproof vest and not wearing it. Must die. Idiot, are you okay? Lin Shiqi was at the top of the stairs, looking at Qin Fei worriedly. I'm very good. Qin Fei turned around. His eyes immediately fell on the messy gym, and he felt a little embarrassed. This wasn't done by me. When Lin Shiqi heard this, her little face suddenly sank, and her look was exactly the same as when she fooled her into forgetting her homework. Ahem, have you eaten? Qin Fei patted the dust on his body, walked to the stairs and held her little hand. Come on, I'll treat you to something good tonight. Lin Shiqi unexpectedly didn't ask any more questions and hummed in response. The community of Yuhu Villa is a bit big. The two of them went out and walked for a long time, but they still didn't reach the door. Qin Fei became more and more embarrassed as he walked. Well, why don't you buy a car tomorrow? Otherwise, you have to walk a long way to get off work every day. I know, that's the power that the gods have unlocked, right? Lin Shiqi suddenly spoke, and Qin Fei was startled. Qin Fei calmed down after thinking for a moment. She has more information channels than him, but she can't speak out due to confidentiality reasons. Suddenly, Lin Shiqi turned around lightly and came to Qin Fei. What was reflected in his eyes that were swaying like water waves was Qin Fei's face. A pair of slender arms crossed the shoulders and slowly drew closer. Follow closely. A warm breath came from Qin Fei's ears. Fatian Emperor, how long do you plan to keep this secret from me? Ahem. Qin Fei suddenly coughed twice in embarrassment. I have to explain this matter, huh? Lin Shiqi didn't even give him a chance to explain. After a while, Lin Shiqi took several deep breaths, and then said extremely depressed, You don't even need to breathe. I'm in good health, but there's nothing I can do about it. Qin Fei told the truth. With this body, if you hold your breath for less than an hour, it is not functioning well. By the way, how do you know me? Lin Shiqi hummed softly and said arrogantly, How can the boy who has allowed me to fall in love with you for so many years be an ordinary person? Hiss. Qin Fei wondered. During lunch today, you didn't seem to have said that, Phew. Lin Shiqi was defeated again, but her eyes still looked like she refused to admit defeat. How did you meet Mr. Li? Qin Fei said frankly, I really don't know him. Lin Shiqi raised her eyebrows and said playfully, You don't know Mr. Li, so Fatian Emperor always knows by Li, right? Ahem. It can also be understood that way. Qin Fei thought of this and suddenly said, By the way, you must never tell her my game name. No, don't tell anyone. Follow. Qin Fei explained the current situation to her. Lin Shiqi's expression also became a little solemn. Qin Fei sighed. Do you understand now? If you don't tell, you won't know, and there will be no danger. Now. I'm not afraid. Lin Shiqi held the hand and clenched it subconsciously. Qin Fei patted her back gently. You really don't have to be afraid, I have everything under control. Lin Shiqi nodded heavily. The two of them then went outside to find a restaurant and filled their stomachs. Back home, you still have to buy a car, otherwise it will take more than an hour to walk back and forth. Qin Fei sighed again. Buying a car is too. Lin Shiqi was about to say it was a waste, but then changed her words, it's too eye-catching. Lin Shiqi confirmed. Mr. Li is already a little suspicious of your identity. If you buy another car, won't it add fuel to the fire? Then you buy it. Qin Fei replied with a smile. Our squad leader Lin has an annual salary of 300,000 yuan, so buying a car should be no problem, right? When Lin Shiqi heard this, her teeth immediately started to itch with anger. The majestic flying emperor. The reward for any given task is hundreds or even millions. You actually said such a thing. Snort. Lin Shiqi gritted her teeth and stamped her feet. Just buy it. In this life, you will always buy a car for the boy you like. Qin Fei nodded and said, Then go tomorrow. I think the Porsche is not bad. Young people, there is really no need to go for the Xiaomi Su 7 just to save face. Quote? Lin Shiqi just had an idea now. Kill this idiot. The next second. Instead, Qin Fei reached out and picked her up. What are you doing? Lin Shiqi was immediately frightened by this unexpected situation and huddled together, trembling. Do it, why not do it? Qin Fei looked puzzled. Lin Shiqi's heartbeat instantly jumped to 180. No, you don't even have it. Said. Lin Shichi broke free with all her strength and rushed up to the second floor in panic. Boom. The door is closed. Ha 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 ha. Qin Fei couldn't help laughing loudly. You should know that to me, that door is no different from a blank piece of paper, right? Ah. When Lin Shichi at the door heard this, she immediately went crazy. You are not allowed to come in. Otherwise, or I will tell Auntie that you bullied me. Depend on. You were obviously the one who made the first move, right? Qin Fei snorted coldly. I don't usually hold grudges. If I do, I will avenge them on the spot. Crunch. Qin Fei exerted a little force, and the handle of the door deformed and twisted like chocolate. Tell me, how many sneak attacks did you have in total while I was playing games at night? Lin Shichi was curled up in the quilt alone, with only half of her head and big panic eyes exposed. Just once. Who knew you were offline so early? Qin Fei's face darkened. I don't believe it. Really? Lin Shichi tried her best to defend. I just saw Fatian Emperor's video on Douyin and wanted to compare it with you, and then. Then what? Qin Fei raised his lips. Then I just collected some interest. Lin Shichi said harshly. I've liked you for so long, is it too much to charge some interest? Good. Qin Fei nodded. Then I will pay you some interest today, is it reasonable? Well, after an hour, Qin Fei went back to his room to sleep contentedly, and chatted before leaving. Today's interest will be paid here first. You can do the math and I'll come back tomorrow. Until Qin Fei left, Lin Shichi then stuck her head out and her eyes fell on the twisted door handle, feeling a little scared in her heart. The idiot's body is too abnormal. If you don't give me a chance to breathe now, wouldn't it be? Well, Lin Shichi immediately buried her head in the quilt in shame. Qin Fei did not return to the room. The gym was already too busy anyway, so I just continued practicing. He was really afraid of using too much force and causing an accident. Otherwise, with the current state of blood boiling and full of fighting spirit, how could he leave just as he said it? This practice lasted until dawn. Qin Fei took a breath and stopped. Practice all night long. I have done tens of thousands of push-ups, squats, and weightlifting. The result is that I only used up some energy and managed to calm down. 1,000 points for all attributes is so terrifying. If it really breaks through 10,000 points like in the game, wouldn't it mean that the tank would be torn apart? I went upstairs to take a shower and came out feeling energetic and not sleepy at all. Lin Shichi always got up early and had already prepared breakfast. When she saw Qin Fei coming downstairs, she hurriedly said hello and turned around to run away. Qin Fei stopped her in a flash. I'm going to be late for work, Lin Shichi struggled weakly. At 6:30 in the morning, you told me that you were late for work. Are all migrant workers this miserable nowadays? Qin Fei smiled casually. I hate being in debt. There is so much interest backlog. If we don't seize every opportunity to pay it back, when will it be over? Half an hour later, Lin Shichi fled the villa panting. Qin Fei went online after breakfast. The time of the gods is consistent with the time of the blue star, while the time of the empire is consistent with the time of the dragon kingdom. After dawn, street cars became obviously more lively. Caravans, citizens, and adventurers started their day one after another. Correct. The adventurer team Reina said yesterday that she was going to form should be adding NPC adventurers, right? With the current player level, I'm afraid not many people can enter the city. Think of this. Qin Fei opened the list. Gods ranking list. Number 1. Fatian Emperor, Dragon Kingdom, level 15, Shadow of Innocence. Number 2. Bai Li, Dragon Kingdom, level 11, Star Mystery Technique. Number 3. Yao arrives in the arms of Sister, Dragon Kingdom, level 11, multi-dimensional shooter. Number 4. Carl Evans, Beautiful Country, level 10, Destruction Mage. Number 5. Zivina's Atali, level 10, Holy Flame Sacrifice. Number 6. Caesar, Germany, level 10, Summoner. Number 7. Li Tyson, Hongguo, level 10, Thief. Number 8. Empty. Number 10. Empty. Are they all night warriors? Qin Fei thought it would be a little later before anyone would be on the list. Now it seems everyone is working hard. 4 reached level 10. The 2 fastest seemed to have switched to hidden professions. I also have to change jobs as soon as possible. Qin Fei still lacks a career. If you choose a warrior at the start, even if you want to switch classes to hide, you can only hide as a warrior. The question is, after changing jobs first, is it still possible to hide? Qin Fei did not go directly to the career hall, but turned a corner and entered the hotel. He opened the room, closed the window, and took out Asiat's diary. Base. The moment the pages of the book unfold, Asiat's soul emerged wrapped in angry hell flames. Young man, what do you want to do? I can tell. The former guardian of the empire, the great sage Asiat, also had a temper. Shish. Qin Fei made a silent gesture. This is St. Carl's, and the cathedral is 2 streets over. Holy. Asiat's soul was shaken, and his anger was instantly suppressed, which turned into infinite coldness. Sage, you don't want your former glory and glory to be trampled under the feet of the people of the empire forever because of a trivial matter, right? Qin Fei said with a relaxed look. Asiat's soul was colder than before, and it could be seen that he was on the verge of blackening. Qin Fei was not here to provoke, but instead said, the empire needs you more than ever. Ding. Asiat frowned and said in deep thought, what do you mean by this? Qin Fei then quickly revealed the complete story of Olawanna's disappearance and last night's assassination. Asiat's expression had softened, and was replaced by shock. The heir of the Phoenix family was actually kidnapped in the empire, or even in the imperial army. Ridiculous. Completely unbelievable. Asiat shook his head directly. The Flame Legion, one of the 8 legions of the empire, is completely controlled by the Phoenix family. This is a promise made by the first emperor of the empire, and no one can change it. Unless there is a problem within their family, no one in the legion can kidnap members of the Phoenix family. Qin Fei's eyes rolled. I don't know the Flame Legion you are talking about, but Olawanna had an accident in the Garrison Legion, and she has only been in charge of this legion for more than 10 days. Since you are a member of the Phoenix family, why don't you go to the Flame Legion? Asiat still couldn't understand. Times have changed. Qin Fei said lightly. The empire is no longer the empire you know. If you think this is a trivial matter and doesn't matter, I don't care either. I will just let your soul disappear now. Street. Carl's. Line of Aztec. Asiat did not reply and looked south. The demonic forces actually expanded to the vicinity of Aztec within 1,000 years. Quote, what on earth have those nobles in the empire been doing all these years? Qin Fei calculated the time in his mind. You have 2 minutes. Tisk. Asiat was silent. Even if I don't die, I can't do much with the few minutes I have left. That's not your concern. Qin Fei quickly sorted out the questions and told them all. First, what is needed to prolong your soul state? Second, as a dual professional, is there any problem with using 2 gems during one turn? Third, if I change to a normal profession, can I continue to change professions and hide in the future? Fourth, how to obtain the boundary-breaking stone? Hiss. So many questions were thrown out at once, and Asiat was stunned for a moment. Time is limited. He had to explain before his soul was extinguished, and he had to leave some time. Every second has to be rushed. First of all, I need the soul magic stone, or the dark magic stone. You can check the details. If you can't find it, call me. Secondly, dual professionals can use double gems. This is the meaning of developing dual professionals. After one change, you can change to a special profession at any time, which is what you call hiding, right? At last, the boundary-breaking stone is not something you can obtain now. Don't ask, it is meaningless. Snapped. Qin Fei didn't waste any time, clapped his hand and closed the page. This conversation is simply a race against time. Now do the math. Asiat had about a minute left. Enough. Next time you have a conversation, ask and answer questions one at a time to save time. If you have a simple question, you may even ask it 2 or 3 times. Career Hall. It was not the busiest time of the day yet, so Qin Fei went directly to the little girl at the front desk. Hello, I would like to take a warrior turn. Please place your palm on the Philosopher's Stone. After the little girl confirmed that the level was correct, she followed. You need to pay 1,000 silver coins or 10 gold coins to change jobs. Do you still need money to change jobs for the first time? Good, good. Qin Fei directly bid 100 gold coins. Please hurry up. Ah, okay, okay. When the little girl saw the extra gold coins, her eyes suddenly lit up. Here, Here are the first level transfer certificates and 3 professional skill books. Also, this is the address of Master Obulos. If you can complete the Master's test, you might have the opportunity to become the Master's disciple. Drop. You have obtained the Hidden Mission Master's test. Goal. Complete Obulos test. Reward. Unknown. Is this okay? Qin Fei was originally just anxious to change jobs, thinking that spending some money would help him do it faster. In the end, the hidden mission was captured with only 100 gold coins. It seems that money can make all the difference. This is definitely not an exaggeration, but a conservative one. Too conservative. Leave the class hall. Qin Fei used a transfer certificate to complete the soldier's job transfer. Let's look at the skills of 3 books and 1 transfer. Jumping / level 1, 0/100ths low level. Jump to the target in front and perform an attack on the target, causing 120% physical damage. The higher the agility, the faster the jump and the farther the distance. Cost: 15 mana. Cooldown: 10 seconds. Strength training level 1, 0/100ths passive low level. Increase base strength by 10 points. Heavy cut. Accumulate strength minimum 1 second, maximum 5 seconds to cause 150% minus 350% high damage to the target. Consumption: 20 mana per second. Cooldown: 30 seconds. Although jump / is rubbish, it is still practical due to its displacement. The rest of the heavy / is useless. If I have the time, I don't know how many times the output can be done. Qin Fei's favorite thing is strength training. To me, 10 points of strength is more than 1,000 points, which is great. Then put the sharp gem on it. Ignores 10% of the enemy's defense and does full damage. Finally, there are the hidden tasks. Qin Fei thought for a long time and decided to go take a look first. Orana's mission is urgent, but she has been missing for a week, so if she really wants to die, there is no need to rush for this moment. But this profession hides nothing. This time I went to the Aztec defense line, and I really didn't know when I would be back. Roll. How dare you knock on my door at any level? Following the angry curses, a young man actually crawled out of the door and escaped. Qin Fei looked at the mission address, and 3 black lines appeared on his forehead. That's right, it's here. The door is open. Qin Fei walked in directly. Is Master Obulos here? Good boy, you still dare to come in. Hearing an angry scolding, a black shadow appeared in front of Qin Fei. No time to dodge. Boom. A steely punch hit Qin Fei firmly in the chest. -20. ? Qin Fei was stunned. Opposite, the old man with a white beard was also stunned when he saw the damage. Who are you? Snort. Obulos scolded coldly, his eyes flashing, and a strong sense of oppression emanated from behind his hands. I have offended many people over the years, no matter who you are. Say your name and we'll see you at the duel. The black line on Qin Fei's forehead became deeper. Master Obulos, the girl from the career hall introduced me. Puff. Obulos staggered and almost lost his balance. What, you, are you here to become a disciple? Otherwise, Qin Fei was very puzzled. When Obulos heard this, his head shook with an afterimage. Stop joking, with your strength, you still need to become a disciple. He knows it very well. Although the punch just now used only a small amount of force, it was not fatal. But it is absolutely impossible to only hit a figure as embarrassing as 20 points of damage. This young man in front of me. The defense is ridiculously high. Be reasonable. He even doubted whether the elites of the Royal Knights would have such defense power if they didn't know how to use skills. But, I really came here to become a disciple. Qin Fei didn't want to go out empty-handed. After all, it was a hidden profession. How could he give up casually? That, as a saying goes, there is no backwards and forwards in learning, those who master come first. As you can see, apart from my good attributes, I don't know anything else. Oh, seeing Qin Fei's seriousness, Obulos suddenly looked curious. Attribute detection. With a white light, Qin Fei's attributes were displayed in midair. Power. 0.13200. Physique. 0.7600. Puff. Obulos almost spit out a mouthful of old blood. What the hell? This, where did this devil come from? 10,000 points of power. Obulos lowered his head and looked at his pitiful power of more than 1,500 points. Even if he is fully clothed, Even if all his states are fully activated. Even if he has the attributes of a forest priest. He even felt that he might not be able to reach 10,000 points of strength. This is not something outrageous or outrageous. This is impossible. Unless you complete your awakening and become a hero. Otherwise, the attributes of a human being will definitely not be able to break through 10,000 points. Let's go. I really have nothing to teach you. Drop. The master's test mission failed. Qin Fei never thought that too high attributes would lead to mission failure. Isn't this nonsense? Old man, you've gone too far. I told you to come and become a disciple. Is there anything I can't teach you? I say if you can teach, you can teach. Obulos was a little decadent at first, but when he heard this, his temper immediately rose. Are you really here to seek revenge? Explain. Who asked you to come here and insult me? What's wrong with having high attributes? Come on, let's duel. Qin Fei really wants to stab the old man to death now, who has nothing to do to find a fight with the old man. I just want to ask you if you can teach me. Cannot. Obulos is also stubborn and has no consideration at all. Goodbye. Qin Fei was too lazy to talk nonsense. The mission has already failed, and there is no chance to save him in the end, so that's nonsense. Really leaving? When Obulos saw Qin Fei turn around and leave, he froze on the spot. Hiss. Who is that? Wait a minute. Haha, didn't you agree not to teach? Qin Fei also had a temper. You regret it, right? Let me tell you, I don't want to learn anymore. Well, Obulos' old face turned red with embarrassment. Originally, with your attributes, I am not qualified to accept a disciple, but if you really want to learn, it's not impossible. Not accepting disciples. Then change jobs. For the sake of hiding my profession, I might as well force myself a little bit. Qin Fei thought for a while, then turned around and walked back. Obulos pondered for a while and finally said, you know what my profession is, right? Have no idea. Obulos wanted to ask. You didn't even know this and you came here to become a disciple. Do your family members know that you make decisions on such an important matter at will? Ahem. It's okay if you don't know. It's not a rare thing anyway. Berserker. There are 5 core skills in the first level, 2 in the second level, and 2 in the third level. If you can do me a favor, you can take these. Of course Qin Fei would not refuse. The conditions are so good. Is it almost equivalent to completing 3 job changes in one mission? Although it's not really a direct third turn. But the task only needs to be done once, which saves a lot of trouble. Obulos said again. I am over 60 this year. I am only half a step away from awakening, but I have been stuck for 10 years without a chance. If I can get the life fruit of the wild forest before I am 70 years old, I may have another life in this life. Hope to complete the awakening. Drop. You have obtained the hidden mission, the awakening of the master. Goal. Go to the wild forest to find the fruit of life. Reward. Berserker's first turn skills, second turn skills, and third turn skills. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.